Hello, my name is Tom Tobar. Welcome to the land of Prova and the Knights of Elderhold. Tonight is episode 2 of our show that we have going today. And luckily for us, we have 2 brand new players with us today as well. So let's go ahead and say hello to...
I'm Mary, playing Claudia, and my class is
Okay.
Hi, Chris. My character's name is Darkshade.
Excellent. We are very happy you guys are able to join us. And we're going to pick up right where we left off last week. So a quick recap. The rest of our adventurers, the Knights of Elderhold, tried their very, very best to get into Blackburn Castle and were thwarted. They weren't able to actually get in. And so they followed up some other leads that they had found, trying to locate Vecule's long-lost and mysterious father. And so now they've made their way all the way down to a little place called Torrent Haven.
Like when you turn 18 and your mom says, that's not your real dad.
Yeah, there you go. All these secrets kind of popping up, coming up and revealing themselves now. So these guys spent the night in Torrent Haven. There were a few people who got bit by dogs and by some wolves, and even a child, actually, as I remember. So they had kind of a rough night, and now we're waking up that next morning, and we're gonna have our 2 new characters coming in as the sun is starting to shine. The sun actually, even though it does shine in this area of town, in South Village, it actually is kind of cut a little bit because of the amount of mist and things that are in the air. There's lots and lots of moving water, lots of little rivers. And so as this cart is pulling up with a total of, 9 people on board, 2 of those people are our 2 new characters. And these other adventurers, our Knights of Elderhold, are also waking up and seeing what the day presents themselves with. So, you guys are all awake. What do you guys want to do?
I'd like to search out for just like a sunbeam if I can find one. Like the morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna go out and looking for that spot.
All right, really super easy to find. Lots of little sunbeams coming through the trees. So you start doing your prayers, getting yourself straight in the morning. Okay. Anybody else? What else? Everybody else doing?
I believe her name was Sophie.
Sophie, it is.
My vision was and what that monster is.
So Sophie is already up. She's already making breakfast and things. Our elves, who only have half sleep, would have known that she was up very, very early in the morning. And so she's got some eggs going and things like that. And she just says, "Oh, you saw the beast, did you?"
More than probably most, it seemed.
Really? You didn't go outside now, did you? She quickly looks around the room and counts the people in the room. Not seeing Pavel.
No, it's...
Oh, goodness. Don't square me like that. Well, my advice to you is stay away from Conrad the Beast.
Have you seen him up close?
I've seen him quite a bit.
Seen what he looks like?
Closer than most. He is our protector, but he often is a little overprotective, if you know what I mean. Those who are new to our lands, well, unless they have one of us with them, they don't stay very long, at least alive. But still, you made it through the night, and so did your companions. And it sounds as though the cart is ready. You actually find us on a very important day, a little ritual we have once a year. My suggestion to all of you is to pretend that you got off that cart. You'll see. Nothing harmless. Well,
Nothing harmless.
some might say it is the greatest adventure of them all.
Where is Gildred?
Oh, Gildren, yes. Oh, that I cannot help you with. Gildren passes through here, being this is South Village. He goes to North Village to go speak with the king. Him and the others who are like him. But as far as their business, I do not know. I must say, though, you're related to him. You must be.
Say that.
You look quite a lot like him. Not in every way,
You're
but...
saying all Dragonborns look alike.
Oh, now see, I knew you would say that. No, actually, it's the markings that you seem to have. He seems to have the exact same markings. If I had to guess, I would say... brother? Oh. Well, should you find him, let me know. I'm interested to figure out what kind of relation he is to you. Excellent. But now the cart seems to be unloading outside. I suggest you stand by it, and I'll let the cart man know of what the deception is. Just go along with it. So she kind of rouses the rest of you guys up, hands you guys some breakfast, and pushes you guys out towards the cart. You guys are now also on that cart and finally getting off. And the cart driver, whose name is something amazing that I wrote down. Quinby. Quinby is the cart driver, and very jovial, middle-aged man. A little heavier set. He is a human. However, he is does not look like the rest of the tenants here at Thornhaven. Thornhaven's people are more very, very dark hair, dark eyes, dark features. Where he is very light complected. He almost has blondish kind of hair, so he kind of stands out. And as he's helping the people off the cart, many of them seem to be in kind of rags and kind of little more dirty complexions and things like that. Obviously, something's been done to help them a little bit more, make them feel a little bit more comfortable and things like that. But he helps them off the cart one by one and says, "Now, don't you guys worry. Remember, you're not under any obligation to choose anyone right away. You have the rest of the day to decide whom you would like to present yourself to. And who are these? Can I help you?" I say 3 of you guys.
She would have had trouble getting me home. So, perfect.
All right, so you're gonna stay and keep working.
And I was like, she came up to try to do it, and I'm just like,
All right, she's gonna leave you to your stuff then. So it's just the 2 of you then.
I forgot. Who am I supposed to go see? I was asleep on the cart.
That's not my cart. You seem like a fine fellow. Very strapping, very go-getter attitude. You just not quite what we're looking for at this time.
What do you mean?
And actually, the 2 of you, really. Sophie, I know you're having a gag at me right now. And you hear Sophie in the back, and she is laughing off her butt. And so she kind of comes around the corner and says, "I'm sorry, Quinby, I couldn't help myself." God's Joe, Sophie there. You have me like, Who are these people? What are they doing here? Ah, don't you worry, Quinby. They're not for your cart. This young man is looking for a relative of his. You can see by the markings who it is he's looking for. Oh, yeah. Seen those markings before, right? Gilman, right? Gilman, yeah, Gilman. Sure, he's around here somewhere. But yes. I have business to do, Sophie. And so he turns to the rest of you and says, come with me. The rest of the suitors will be around shortly. And he turns to you and says, now remember, you're not obligated to do this. We have other business to take care of.
I'm gonna ask him how much to take me to the North Village or to the castle.
Oh. Well, in that case, the captain of the guard will most likely be down this morning. He usually collects the suitors. Anything to go to the North Village, he will most likely want to know about.
But you said I wasn't a suitor, per se. No, that's something to be looked for.
No.
Well, I'm not a suitor, so he wouldn't be collecting me. How much to go to the North Village?
I don't go to the North Village. This is my charges here. These wonderful people. And so he gets you guys out, gives you guys some food, makes you guys comfortable. It's like a little picnic area that he has you guys set up on. And as you guys are waiting, and at this point you're kind of joining the group. Are you also joining as well? Or are you still tinkering?
I'm still tinkering.
Tinkering away. And so as you're joining this motley crew, you do start seeing some of like these soldiers and things coming down, and they're escorting various anywhere from like 18 to in their 30s, early 30s. These individuals coming down, and they all look extremely nervous. They are all dressed as best they possibly could be dressed. And there's a little platform. Almost looks like a hanging gallows. Like a little platform. But there's no hanging gallows there. Instead, it's for presenting themselves. And so you see all these individuals, male and female, about a good 15 of them, all standing and facing outwards. As the captain of the guard turns and says, Winby, why don't you bring your candidates forward? I'm sure we have some business to take care of this morning. Quinby. What are those two doing here? No. I know what it looks like now. I know this is not what it seems. No. I did not bring them. No, this is a joke of Sophie's.
He said that we are one of the suitors.
Now, don't you be putting these things in my... No, that's not what I said. They were not in my cart. I know better.
He said that you could take us to the North Castle.
Now, I did say that. Now, you go and have your words with him. The captain of the guard, who was... the captain of the guard, who was a little bit more jovial as the conversation started, making sure that his people are all put onto the hanging gallows area. Orderly in fashion and things like that, making sure they all look nice. As soon as he hears and sees you, the other guards and things kind of get to, and they all come and they surround the three of you. And he comes forward. He's kind of a larger man, and he's got this kind of a wild look in his eye. So tell me now, what is it that you are looking for?
Good. Heard he had as many things he could teach the ways of magic.
Gildren. Never heard of him.
We need to go to the North City. I heard that you were the one who could facilitate that.
And who was it that said that you could go to the North City?
This man right here.
Quinby?
Quinby.
Oh, sure. No, that's not what I gotta go. And he kind of just gets up and starts taking off, and he starts helping some other people as far away as he possibly can on the other side of this little picnic area.
Is Sophie in the vicinity at all?
Yes. And Sophie's kind of, you see her, and she's actually kind of watching. She's not very happy about the fact you're bringing her in right away, but he comes nonetheless. She says, Resman, these are my guests. I told them that you would be the one to take them up to the North Village. Now, Sophie, I would have expected something like this to come from you. Of course. Always thwarting these things in our ways. And why should we? Come now. Look at the boy. Look at his markings. He looks exactly like him. You can't say that it's not. Kind of looks you over again. He starts to walk around you, kind of take a closer look at you.
I'm gonna keep square with him the entire time.
Very well. Kind of looks around. He kind of looks specifically at the other people that are in the little picnic area. In an effort to be civil, let's say we do take you to North Village to find Gildren. We have business to attend to here first. Why don't you wait in Sophie's home until this is taken care of?
Good.
None that you need to be worried about. You can join them for that matter as well. I'll discuss this with you later. He takes off and he starts walking off. Quinby is very nervous at this point. Starts going over to everybody else. Now we'll make sure. Remember, you're no need to make any rash decisions. Kind of stuttering, very nervous. Just go and present yourself should you feel led to go and talk to one of them. They're all waiting for you to make the first move. I will leave you to do that. I have some business to take care of.
Try to pull Quimby aside. And, one of my eyes being on fire at this time.
Mm-hmm.
Say, is there any way to get to the North Village without someone knowing? No.
My job is here. I cannot take you, and I don't know anyone else who would be willing to take you. The only one who has the authority to take you is him, and I don't want to bother him.
You're making a scene.
That's right.
Cool.
That's right. A scene, and no one wants a scene.
I'm pulling away. Let's go to Sophie's house.
Thank you. By the way, are you interested in joining the...
No.
Are you sure? Because
you
look like you've got some meat on your bones there.
He's celibate.
Happens to the worst of us. All right, let's move on. And so he keeps on going and goes to the rest of everybody else. You notice, actually, that he's going to the back of his cart and he's collecting some things. Some things that you have been keeping an eye on. And he says collecting these things, he's actually taking them over to the captain of the guard, Thressman. They're having a quick little discussion. If you would like to sneak closer to hear what they're saying, you're more than welcome to try.
Yeah, I was just saying. You shouldn't say. Well, I probably want to stay in the back and sneak us for sake. Come up and act like we're trying to be helpful and help him with what he's.
Oh.
You know, and just try to make friends.
Okay, so you're as he's picking up the things in the back, you're going to approach him? Okay. So he starts to unravel some stuff and starts getting some piles of little bags and things together. And you kind of come up and you startle him. I'm so sorry. And he kind of covers up what he's working on really quickly. Oh, what is it that can help you with? Have you found a suitor that you like?
Thank you so much for asking. Not yet. It just looked like you had a lot on your hands and you needed some help. And
Oh,
I had
no.
an offer, and maybe we can walk and talk and point out the right suitor for me.
The right suitor for you. Oh, roll persuasion. Actually, roll with advantage. That was actually a good way of putting that together. You can tell that he's very he's caught between a rock and a hard place. He doesn't want you to see what's in the bags, but he also wants to make sure that a match happens. Oh, here he goes. First roll of the night. 17. Good job. So he looks you over and he's looking at his stuff and yes. Why did come with here? Hold. Is such a young, strong woman such as yourself. Here. Why don't you carry these bags? And he starts stacking these bags on your arms and things. And he starts carrying different stuff, and then you also see a kind of a scroll that is also very important to you. And he kind of rolls it up, and he's holding onto that one in particular. And he's walking with you, and as he's walking, he's kind of pointing out. Now you just look right there, right at the end, the second one to the left. He's a very good suitor. I know his mother. Oh, she would have his hide if he treated you with anything less than 120% of good respect and taken care of. Also, a great. He's being apprenticed right now as a artificer. Oh yes, very, very important. You will not go hungry with a man like that, let me tell you. And he's kind of continue just talking about all of them, but really kind of pointing towards that one's one of his favorites. And as you're walking over to the captain of the guard, he kind of stops and says, "Now, just one moment." He kind of gets up really close. Do a perception to see if you can hear the conversation that he's having with the captain.
So 24.
Oh, very, very good. You can hear, even though you're a few steps away, for whatever reason, you can just pick up perfectly what he's talking. He's trying to talk in hushed tones. Now, Thressman, here's the goods that we got from our friends up north. As you can tell, we have a lot of good supply of what you had requested. And there is a special item, might I just add, that was procured by our special friend Pointy situation. Here's that. I believe Conray would be very, very interested in that. Don't do what you normally do now, friend, with the goods until after you read the parchment. Now, very good. Thank you. When I go back out, I see what else I can find for you. And so he comes back and he says, "So, have you decided that you would like to go and talk?" Now, believe me, I can make some great introductions for you, should you desire it.
You know what? Why not? You've spoken so highly of me.
Oh, I knew it. This is what makes my job so wonderful, just to see the wonderful things that can happen between two people. Just so excited.
You know what? While we're at it, since
Yes.
you're going to be introducing us, I think it would be so lovely if, maybe you could accompany us as we're getting to know one another. I'd love just your
Yes.
wife.
Very cool. Oh, no. She passed. Oh, dear. But that's what makes my job so wonderful, to be able to bring more people, lovely people together. I'll be more than happy to play your chaperone and to help you.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm just so delighted. I have a good feeling about the two of you. I really do. And should you name your first children Quinby, I would just be very happy. Just saying. Not that you have to. I know it's a lot to ask, but that's okay. One step at a time. Let's just continue going. And so he takes you back, and he introduces you to the young man. He's way out of fish out of water. He's actually like you imagine a year or two younger than you, and he is super green, super inexperienced. Like even when he talks, he's got like a squeaky voice. Like this kid doesn't know what he's doing. It's like the worst part of like it was a 30-year-old virgin or whatever it was. This there you go, 40-year-old virgin. Very, very similar vibes from this poor kid. So yeah, you've been you're now getting conversations with him. At this point, he comes back and he starts talking to you, and he says, "Now I will make arrangements for you to go with the the captain. He'll be more interested in understanding what it is that you carry, and to find out a little bit more about what that business arrangement was looking like. Of course, he would know more than I, but I'll make sure to make that introductions with you right now. Before we do, any of those ladies? I mean, they're beautiful, beautiful ladies. Look, just, well, not that one. That one's not quite so nice. But the other ones are just wonderful ladies.
They are all very.
Oh, yeah, aren't they just lovely? Just, if you would like an introduction, after your meeting, of course, if you would like that, you just let me know. Not that I get paid by commission or anything. No, I get paid by commission. But anyways, yes, you just let me know which one you would like. But for right now, let's go and introduce you to the captain as well. So he takes you all the way up to the captain. And you get this strange feeling when you actually meet the captain. When you get close to him, there's actually a part of you that feels a little uneasy. There's a part of you that feels somewhat threatened. You're not sure if it's just his presence or what it is, but there's something about it that you're feeling some pressure there. And he even has his back to you. And so Connor goes up and he starts tapping him on the shoulder. He looks back at you and he gives you a look. And slowly he reaches out and takes your hand too, and he says, "Yeah, he matches it, man. He matches it."
Okay, that's what it's meant.
That's right. He's looking you over. You're not from our tribe.
Oh, I'm not. Don't know where exactly I'm from, but definitely not from around here.
Yes. Something very familiar about you. Actually, he has your hand. He hasn't let go of it just yet. And he kind of just turns it to look at your hands, like look at your nails and look at your hands. And it's like, huh.
Palms.
Sinners.
It's only bad if you start.
Oh my gosh. Back on track.
I'm over here.
Great. So he looks you over one more time and he says, "You don't know where you're from. Yet we seem to know each other."
I sense some familiarness in you as well.
Hmm.
Maybe we are kindred spirits.
Oh no. I would know one of my own. Still, I assume that you didn't procure that ring of yours by chance?
Oh, matter of fact, it's the only link I have to my past life.
I see. Connery will be very interested to see and to hear what you have to say. Perhaps he will be happy to enlighten you as to what your past has been, and more importantly, what your future can be. We'll leave within the next 2 hours or so. And so he comes back. The matchmaker, he's obviously doing matchmaking, talking to different people, pulling people together, that sort of thing. Sophie is actually trying to get a hold of the 4 of you and pull you guys together. Are you guys going to come?
Sure.
Okay. Her doorstep basically is like the opening to this whole plaza where everything's happening. And so she pulls you together and says, now, understand, there are many things that are hidden in this, or in these villages. And most of these things are even hidden from the villagers themselves. I will do my best to convince the captain to take you to go find your brother, uncle, whoever. Family is important to me, and I can understand how you would want to find someone of that. But I do warn you, get out of line and there will be more than just a fine that you'll have to pay. Respect and duty are very important to my people.
We share those values.
Very well. And so she leaves you. What is anybody going to be doing before the party is going to leave and go up to North Village? Is there anything that you guys want to do?
Sophie,
Yes.
do you have any spare parts laying around?
A few.
I think I finished my design. I'd like to start a prototype.
Very well. And she shows you, basically it's just a basket just filled with little odds and ends, things that have broken, things that didn't quite work last time, upgrades have been put on, downgrades have been put into the basket. And so you're welcome to run through that and see what you can find.
I'm gonna start running through that for parts that I need,
Excellent.
and I'm gonna start making a prototype.
All right. How are you doing with your matchmaking? Are you
I'm just putting on a show. I'm keeping my eye on Ruby, and I'm wanting to get close to him.
okay?
Following my mushrooms in the tincture and that somatic. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
So
So the somatics and the mushrooms and things are all in the captain's hands. So are you gonna try to follow the captain?
right now, really envy with Quimby because he was setting me up with his.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, more so actually gonna be just kind of trying to get to know Quimby and see if I can get just more information out of him,
Okay.
probably, and then maybe even hear about like what the captain's whereabouts are, so later perhaps I can sneak out and.
Okay. So you're paying very close attention to Quimby. Do a perception check for me really quickly.
Okay.
$24. So you're paying really close attention to him, thinking, okay, these guys are going to be taking off in a couple of hours. How's it going to follow him? I got to keep track of him. I'm sitting with Doofus No Brain over here, and he's just talking and talking and talking. And you hear him, he's talking. He's like, yeah, my mother thinks that I'm really tall for my age, and I'm just going to get bigger, and then I'm going to get stronger. And she thinks I'm going to be a great apprentice also. And he's just kind of just rambling around. He's kind of like, yeah, uh-huh. And you're like trying to like listen to him, but it's like, it's really painful. And then while he's talking and you're kind of thinking, okay, maybe I can follow Quimby or whatever else. And you hear him say, Yeah, and then if you choose me, you're gonna love the North Village. The North Village is beautiful. It's got a great view of just the whole valley and everything. And if you decide to choose me or not, but if you decide to choose me, then we can go and we can meet my family and we can go to the next step and see where that leads us, and so forth. So now you have a way of following. But you got to lead on this poor doofus.
Well, love to meet your family. I'd like to know you.
Do an intimidation check.
What's Doofus's name?
He hasn't even said. Yeah, that's about what's going to happen too.
Uh-oh. 1.
A 1. Okay, so he's not intimidated. He's not intimidated. That's good. That's good. So he's just full. He really believes that you may find this to be a match. Oh, it's so wonderful. I didn't think it would ever gonna happen. I'm just so happy. And he's like, starts to cry a little bit, and he says, "It's just so wonderful. And my first time, I'm just so pretty, and it's just okay. Well, I'll tell Quimby right away that we're ready to go to see my parents, and it's gonna be so great." And so he kind of like runs off, and he kind of like trips a little bit as he's like going off the thing, and he's like running up to Quimby, and Quimby's obviously like, "What the hell's wrong with this kid?" And they're talking a little bit, and he kind of looks back at you like you bought it? Like, I was overselling this kid like a whole bunch. And she looks back at him and he's like, "Oh, all right, whatever you saw in this kid, okay. All right, I gave him a good shot. All right, let's go." So he comes, he brings you together and stuff, and he says, "Well, I need to hear it from you. Rod here says that you're interested in taking things to the next step, to meet the family and to meet the neighbors and things. Is this true that you're ready to go and take?"
Saw him. There was something about him, but especially as he started talking about his artificing and just the passion that he has, his youthfulness, so much of it. I just feel so alive near him. I just need to know more.
Wow, it's interesting. That's great. This is wonderful. This is fantastic. And he looks over to him and he's like, "Very youthful. Okay, yes. Then I've never had anybody make a connection so quickly. If it just so happens, I can escort you all to North Village. The group is going to be going there themselves. So I guess you could just tag along with us if that's okay with you."
That would be perfect.
Oh my gosh, that's just... I might have a wedding before the second day. This is spectacular. And as he's walking away, you can only hear him say, "I wonder if they'll give me a bonus." So you now have a direct line on how to get there. You already have your line on how to get there because the captain's taking you. And you guys are the unwanted, who are begrudgingly being taken up the mountain. Any last moment things you do before you leave?
Yeah, so Archie kind of like all of these attractive females in the air is kind of like putting off all these different pheromones or something into them.
Yes.
Like more animal instincts are kind of like starting to kind of kick in just a little bit. But he doesn't like really know how to talk to the ladies. He's not like, very suave, so he just kind of like bros it out. It's like the only thing he knows how to do. So he kind of like puts down the cloak, like takes his cloak off, and you can kind of see he's like kind of dark complected, and he kind of has like a huge, like black mane of hair with like a long kind of beard, kind of like almost like Super Saiyan Goku 4 kind of.
Just walk up, be like, "You, me, procreate."
Kind of like takes off like the half plate, and like kind of sheds it because it's still that morning, light, and kind of just starts like picking up a rock and starts like
Oh man.
Just like starts doing some dips. You
Oh,
but
goodness.
It's kind of like, like that dude in the gym who like knows all the chicks are looking at him kind of thing, and kind of just.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. So you're sitting there and you're like, okay, you're gonna do this stuff. Get a little. So you got your sweat going. You just took off these things, and when you started this whole situation before you took all the articles off, they were just kind of standing there very professionally, very, very together. As soon as you threw your cloak off, you didn't see it, but they all looked at you, all the women. And then you started to do different things. Next thing you know, you're sitting there, you're doing your squats, you're doing this, and you feel a hand on your back. Why, hello. You're new here. Priscilla, leave him alone. Like all the women are there with you.
So now I got a crowd.
You've got a crowd. And they're all awkwardly touching you. Like the little like.
I don't consent. I don't consent.
Yeah, you feel very overwhelmed.
He doesn't mind. No, he's like plenty to go around.
Yeah. There was actually like two other guys that were on this thing, and they were like, no one's from. Okay, I'll go sit in the cart, I guess. Yeah, and they keep on.
Any of them, now that they're kind of up close and personal, I can kind of see, or any of them, am I getting any kind of vibes or feelings? Or
yes.
Any of them have like more, like, I'll be looking at more like their butt, their build, kind of more taller.
Yeah, so they're all very strong.
Okay.
They are very strong, and that's the first thing that you pick up on. The second thing you pick up on is they all are giving you looks, but it's not like a normal woman giving like kind of like flirty kind of a looks. Right. This is like hunger, like you are their prey and you will be hunted. Like they're just like waiting for you to run so they can chase you down. Like no sudden movements. They're coming for you. And they're getting a little more and more aggressive, and there's a point at which one of them has their hand on your back and the other one pushes it away, and as it does, your back gets scratched, like significantly scratched. Do a perception check really quickly.
We've come out of something else.
Oh yeah, you guys are rejoining this situation.
Go down and see what the commotion is.
Yeah. You notice that she has longer nails that retract as soon as you go and look at them. And when that happens, it was a line that was crossed, and they all know it, and they all look at her, and they kind of push her away, and they're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, let's get you."
Was that another one, or was that Brazilla?
That was Brazilla. Let's get you something for that. You're bleeding slightly. And they're just hungry, but it's like, no, okay, we're gonna go. And then Quimbley comes up with, ladies, you're supposed to stay on the thing. Remember, the men are supposed to come to you, ladies. You're not supposed to come down and. Oh, I get it.
It's divine sense.
It's not gonna work. It's not divine. Well, some might argue. It's primal. She would have a better chance of understanding what's happening because she's a druid. Ooh, you might have an understanding of what's going on.
So no celestial fiend or undead, though?
No celestial fiend or undead.
Okay.
It's straight primal lust.
Yes.
I'm gonna beeline to him to
perception.
To lay on hands.
Okay.
And try what's going on here? Is everything okay?
Hey, how's it going? Oh yeah, just ladies got a little feely. That's no big deal.
Little feely, okay. You need some healing, or?
No, I'm okay. Thank you. I appreciate
Oh, okay.
Was it 22? Did you want to roll too?
Yeah, I'll roll.
Okay. Perception as well. You hear and feel this all on your back, and it kind of like your spine, kind of like nails on chalkboard, but it's not nails on chalkboard. It's a nail on your armor, as someone behind you is making a point to say, "Get out of my way."
I'm going to grab her shoulder very firmly. Say, you don't do that.
And she kind of looks up at you, and she's a smaller woman that's in front of you. She kind of looks up at you. She matches your gaze. Like, she doesn't actually have literal eyes of fire,
Right.
but she has eyes of fire.
Right.
You rolled a 20-something, right? 22?
15.
15. You can tell something is up. Like, something majorly is up. Something's more to these people than they're talking about, which means you get the impression you want to pay closer attention to everybody who lives in this village. You, on the other hands, you saw the nails, and you're also noticing the fact that some of the women have like longer fangs. And Quimby comes up to you and says, "This is gonna sound strange. I'm gonna need you to put your stuff back on. You just have to put. You gotta do it. Just put the stuff back on, and stop sweating, or it's gonna be a murder here."
Put like a little
I
towel.
mean, you can't keep these women under control?
No, I'm a matchmaker, not a brawler of people.
Just appalled by.
Oh,
And then I'm gonna walk up to the girl that scratched him,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna grab her by the back of the hair. I'm gonna say, "He said back off, bitch," and I'm gonna like toss her because I'm super strong.
all right. Do a contested strength check. Oh,
I'll help because I'm already grabbing her.
No, that's a different one, I think.
No. He's doing the one that scratched
Yeah.
him.
There's
No,
oh,
he scratched you.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh. So you guys are both on it. So yeah. So it's contested. So what do you got?
I
Does he roll
got
with advantage?
18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it?
oh, sorry,
18?
nine
I'm
plus-
just sitting here
That's-
in the place.
oh, that's
running
nine.
around
Yeah,
business.
18?
Grenade launcher.
Do it again.
No, 11.
11. She matched you. You grab and you just shove, and she's like a boulder. She is just not moving. She's a tiny woman, like tiny. You've seen my daughter run around here, right? She's a very small frame, right? Same height, build, and you just go to shove her. You're thinking you're just gonna toss her, and she just like a rock. Nope.
So like we
And she-
have her companions know mage strength, right? So like that's gonna alert
Yeah.
all of us that something.
Something's up, and she sees that, and she feels it, and very belatedly, oh, oh. Okay, I'll leave him alone. For now.
I like pull my hammer and be like, what devilry is this, Quinby?
Snow, it's nothing. It's just love. You can't help young love. Ladies, get on the thing. You can't get off.
Insight
Just-
check.
On who?
Quinby.
He's out of his mind. He is so afraid. You don't even roll for that. You roll a 2, you know he is out of his mind right now.
Well, I wanted.
He has no control of the
Well,
situation.
yeah, but does he know what they are? Like, it's just a young love, or he knows what they're doing.
You know that he knows. He knows more than what he's getting on.
Right.
Like he's like putting the clothes on for him and trying to cover him up.
Quinby, I'm only going to ask one time. What the hell is going on?
It's all about love. Just love, man. Just young love. These ladies, I don't know where you're from, but in Torrent Haven, the ladies are just slightly more forward and
I'm
just.
gonna ready both of my elders class.
And you see, like his mouth is going dry. It's just really just. It's really just aggressive. Like their mothers need to talk to them about behaving in front of others and stuff, and because this is just out of hand and it's just. I'll talk to them right now. I'll make sure, and you kind of get your hands and puts them down. I'll make sure that they get
Fire
a.
one at the ground. What is going on?
At this point, the captain comes around and he says, "Now, you wouldn't be too aggressive here now, would you be?" Oh.
Because he's lying to
He is. But he's lying for your own safety.
What is that?
Well, let's just say, if you were alone with those women in this kind of a mood, they'll be lucky to find any of your scales left. And that goes not just for you, but mostly every person here in this camp. I suggest you leave young love alone for now.
You let the women of your town be possessed this way? What kind of captain of the guard are you?
Some things can be ordered, some things can be written down by laws, and some things have a law of their own. This falls very squarely into that other category.
Go ahead and start checking this out. People pay.
That too. Since I saw these different lumps.
This is actually a really new neighborhood. It's a very, very new town. Like, not even many people even know it exists. Even that is very... Like, no one really knows really where they came from.
So I wouldn't know that.
No. You know a lot about the people around here, but this specific place, they keep to themselves. And again, they are only been around for maybe 20, 30 years, probably. So.
I'm gonna like grab like Maeve and Becky and be like, let's play Nest for now. Like kind of Western trying to get like they know we're from Elderhold. We can't make a scene yet. Let's
Alright.
I went. Pieces. I'm gonna say these chicks have fangs and claws.
let's see how it develops.
And you just—that's all you hear.
Where?
Outside, they just try to rape a guy. And
Very strong word.
There you go.
Let's not jump to conclusions.
I'm saying.
Let's relax. Everybody relax.
Edom was probably very close.
So
I'm just saying.
Through the thing of saying they have fangs there or there, and in my own little world where I'm at.
face things
Uh-huh.
On the lips.
on the lip.
Okay.
Face flips.
Thanks.
Oh my gosh.
Context.
Oh,
All about
I
context.
should wrap it up. I think we're going to be leaving very soon, and that's probably what's best for everybody.
Yes,
I
exactly.
think my prototype is about finished.
Oh my gosh. Well, we're gonna see how well your sketches do. Go ahead and roll a tinker's check for me real quick.
Very sketchy.
There you go. So the captain of the guard gets himself together. He actually gets Quimby and Rod. Oh, little Rod. That's Rod. Oh, Rod. Little Rod.
Basically.
Roddy.
It was a little odd. You never asked this
Since I'm
thing.
basically instilling
You're like, willing to marry the guy. You're like, your name?
Can we do an Arcana check to do it?
It's
Where you live?
No, it's got to be a tinker's check. It's all
What skill would that be?
intelligence.
Just straight intelligence?
Just a intelligence check.
I'm gonna use my inspiration to give myself advantage.
Okay. This is just to see if your design is solid.
See if it explodes.
Yeah, that's a
material.
different check.
Is there just? I kind of always like kind of keep an eye on like who's the biggest bad, right? So far, I see like the captain of the guard, right?
Captain of the guard.
I'm kind of like, is there any other like? Does he have any minions or
Yeah.
cronies with him?
Yes.
Right-hand man of his.
I'm intimidated. Look. There you go.
So
Full
he is
plate armor and a big giant hammer.
he is definitely the he's just the biggest guy. He's definitely the one in charge. The other guys, they are following him. They don't question him. He asks them to do something, they just take care of it. But these guys are not small guys in any way, shape, or form. As a matter of fact, that's the question that's kind of popping in your head. Like, could you take him?
Yeah.
I could take him. And then he does something, and you're like, I don't know, maybe I couldn't take him. I could take him. But it's like right on that border, like, until you got into that scuffle, you wouldn't know.
Yeah, and he's got a posse with him too. So
Yeah, there's a number of these soldiers that came. because they came from different parts, and they grabbed those individuals to bring them here. So everybody's ready to move. Again, he comes up to Sophie one more time, the captain of the guard, and says, should this go badly, I will be coming back to talk to you, Sophie. You and Boris, your husband. How bad could it be? Just let him find his family and allow him to leave. That's all I ask. If he does anything stupid, well, can't help it. And she looks over at you. Remember, if you do something stupid, there's only so much we can do.
I'll say to Ronald, we understand that you're putting your name out there for us. We will be on our best behavior, and I'll say that and look at both of them.
I would respect
And I'm like,
Sophie for taking us in.
I appreciate that. As you're leaving, she's actually going to grab you really quickly and kind of pull you to the side. And everybody else is walking towards the cart to start moving on. And she says, should you discover anything that's interesting, please be sure to come back and let me know. There's some things I would like to know a little more about North Village. Can you do that for me? As a friend who's protected you.
Is it- If you tell me what's up with the ladies and the fangs and the buttons.
Another time. We'll have that conversation.
What I get you?
And she hands you a pouch. Don't forget to rub this on the bite. Not the dog bite.
Child bite.
And she gives you a little wink, and then off you go.
It's going to be us.
Yep, Quimby's with you. Quimby is a nervous talker, which means he is talking. The only one who is outstripping Quimby in his talking is little Roddy. Roddy is just all excited, and he is like looking around at other people and is like, he said, she's gonna join me at see my parents. This is gonna be. My mom said this would never happen. This is really fantastic. Not that there's anything wrong. I'm just saying, like this she's just going to be so overjoyed and overwhelmed that this is happening so quickly. I'm really excited. And Quimbley's just talking about all the matches he's made and this and that and all this sort of stuff. As you make your way towards North Village, the guards.
I'm gonna approach me and be like, "Hey, overnight I prepared the spell to remove any curses. A little concerned about that bite. Like, mind if I take a look?" And cast a curse on him.
Okay. As you do, you see that it is like starting to, like, the color around the bite is starting to get that kind of like reddish kind of, not quite infected, but like going in that direction. And you cast a spell and then slightly starts to come in slightly. But there's still some red marks all around the bite area where the teeth sink in. So this is going to take a number of antidotes, I guess you should say. Oh, over time.
You just do it right away. Okay.
It would take a number of times for it to be healed.
2/3 level spell.
Well, there's some of that.
I'm like, it's my responsibility to make sure that we're healthy. Like,
Mhm.
this is vexing me that he has an injury that I can't take care of. But maybe not another remove curse. I'm just gonna just do like 5 more, just like points of healing of mine.
There's actually no healing. He's up, or she's up to 100% in her healing. Yeah, there's no healing that's going on with this. This is more something that may become a scar, kind of a feeling.
Out of character. It's like me.
As you are traveling, it's
I'm
almost
gonna keep an eye on that. You let me know. Check in tomorrow.
it's almost like you're getting allergies, and you never have allergies. But like that kind of watery eyes, the kind of the nose runs and that kind of stuff. You keep on doing this sort of stuff. You guys are all traveling together. Some of you guys are inside the cart, some of you guys aren't. But yeah, you're just kind of struggling a little bit. Like there's some kind of smell in the air that's just bothering you. And you're not really quite sure what it is. It's apple pie. Apple pie.
A tinker check for
A dirty 20. You feel pretty dang confident. You think it's going to work. You're going to have to do some testing on it. Do some shots in the dark.
That's kind of. I'm looking to see in the forest where I can shoot and it won't hurt people
A random gunshots will.
from the back of the cart.
So,
I'm playing around with what looks like a grenade launcher at this point.
I'll be like, I'm next one. I'm like, what's she got there?
A big bang stick.
Let's not draw attention to ourselves right now. The captain doesn't really like us. I'm just gonna.
This thing could probably turn the captain into a puddle of goo if it works right.
While
I'll put it away for now.
While we're walking, we're gonna have a flagon on the right side
Mhm.
of Prim.
couldn't be.
Be on the left side of them, and I'll put my hand on his right shoulder. I don't like when you lie.
I don't lie. I never lie. Look at me. This is a truthful face. I gotta go in the back and help these guys. They're young love. I'll see you later. And he like gets up and starts running to the back.
You squeeze him. Keep, and just thaumaturgy have whispers in his ears of just random stuff. Like a self-conscious, so
Oh, okay.
don't lie, he's a friend, stuff like that.
So he's just looking around, and he keeps looking over at the captain of the guard. No. No.
What's the plan?
I roll perception to see if I see this going on.
Yeah.
No,
Oblivious.
I don't see it.
I don't see. Yeah.
I'm a little worried about Mr. Boomstick in the back. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So he's just.
I need you to keep it low.
All right. I'll keep it. Of course, I can keep a low tone. It's the lowest tone you've ever heard. This is my lowest tone. I could probably go lower though. Do I need to go lower? I need to go lower. This is my lowest tone, and I got this. I don't think this is going to be a good idea. This what?
Please be honest.
Okay, I'll tell you. Brihilda comes from the South Village. She's really nice, and she makes some great apple pies for me sometimes, but her mother always tells her not to because she doesn't like me. And then there's Brihilda, and Brihilda lives over there on the west side of the village, and she was a really nice child. She used to give me hugs and stuff when she was a kid, and now she never gives me any hugs. It makes me sad now because and he starts blabbing about all these women and their mothers and their fathers and.
Did you hear any of that?
She arranged.
He's black.
I
think everybody in a
have my
20-foot
hand on the
radius
shoulder,
can hear
but
me.
It's okay. I thank you for your information.
Okay.
Here's for your trouble.
Oh,
It's
Technical.
thank you for. Yeah, everybody's kind of looking at him, but it's Quimby. He's just always complaining about these women and all these different things, and that's what his job is. His job is to.
So we're not allowed on the cart.
Oh, you guys are all in the car if you want to be.
See her.
Absolutely. And you two know each other. And you guys are just looking at each other.
I'll fly up to the car.
Okay.
I'm like, oh my god, Claudia. It's been so long. I haven't seen you since that one time we took mushrooms in the forest together and we tripped her. No!
See, and I thought that was all part of the trip. I didn't even realize that actually.
Little Roddy looks at you. Mother would not approve. I won't tell her, my love. I will keep this to the grave.
Oh. She makes a mean mushrooms.
Oh, we're not allowed to have mushrooms. Yeah, a lot of people are allergic.
Oh, she's the mushroom queen. She's like made of mushrooms. It's true.
Oh,
Can't you smell my mushroom fragrance? Like, have you not been around mushrooms before?
And then I'm like, as she does that, I'm like, look at the mushroom right here, and like the mushroom's gonna sprout out. With my
Oh. Oh, don't let other people here see that. They'll get. And as they do, you actually start to sneeze, and so do some of the guards that are walking on that side of the cart.
I'm gonna like sneeze.
Ah! Oh, no.
Sorry, it just like came out. All of a sudden. I didn't know where else to go.
It's okay. Pink.
Like our best behavior, y'all.
Sophie's about to have a stroke.
And so he's just very appalled by everything. I'm still a little younger, so I don't have the allergy yet, but a lot of the older people have the
Are you like her
allergies.
cousin?
Whose cousin?
Poppy's cousin.
No, she's taking a fancy to me. She thinks. I hope she thinks. She might think she would.
I'm going to meet his parents. Actually, it's why I'm going to North Village.
That's right. She's gonna meet my mother, but don't tell her about the mushrooms. She would really disapprove.
Oh, well, sometimes she sleeps and they just come out of her. And then the next thing you know, you wake up to
Should you choose to love me, I will weather whatever you produce.
Oh, and she hates dogs. I'm a cat person. Yeah. She looks totally
Oh,
How fast
I
is moving?
I see. My love for you will never waver. Any little tears coming down his face.
Don't be
This is
afraid.
my
I heard Griselda.
my mother is gonna. So what?
Griselda said, can't stop talking about you. She said you've really grown on her. She want to go talk to you.
My cousin?
Yeah. Listen, I know we're
Yeah.
we're in the deep south, so you know how you guys roll here. You know quite a bit. I'm the right hand of the king. I've seen lots of things.
Sweet home happy.
Don't get me wrong, she's wonderful and all, but it's kind of a. I can't say the word.
Bitch.
That's the one. That's a no-no in this area. You can't say that
Sometimes
word.
you see a strong bitch in your life, and it looks like you do need. It's okay. Women can wear the pants in the family too.
They all wear pants. Most of them wear. My mother wears a dress sometimes.
She's-
She wears a dress every Thursday when we go and we celebrate the great merchant.
I'm gonna say, tell Papa, did you hear that? What's his? You're not there. Oh, what's his name?
The merchant doesn't have a name. He's the great merchant.
What's he look like? Yeah.
Yak.
Yeah. No. Like almost like a cow, but hairy.
Oh yeah, the big long horned cow. Yeah. You know the great merchant
Yeah,
too?
he's a real asshole. Kind of hurts my friend, so I'm a little bitter. Okay.
Hey, how fast is the cart moving?
It's going pretty slow, just kind of like lazily going through.
So, as all this is going on, I'm gonna actually hop off
Mhm.
and walk next to it, but I'm gonna be scanning this thing for mushrooms to grow.
There are zero.
Zero? Okay.
None. Not a one. There's some moss. No mushrooms anywhere.
Where's the captain? Is he kind of like up ahead,
Mhm.
walking?
Yep.
Or is he riding?
Oh, they're all walking.
Okay, at some point I'd like to try to just kind of mosey on up to him a little bit.
Okay.
It's okay. Saddle up next to him, kind of.
Okay. He hears you coming and doesn't even turn around. Dark shade, was it? So do you know what you are yet? Or are you still figuring that out?
I honestly couldn't tell you. Woke up on the beach. There was parts all over the place, wrecked everywhere, and all I know is that I was wearing this ring with the blue gem.
I see. Sounded like you didn't have a minder with you. The first turn can always be the worst. But you remember nothing of who you were before.
Not a thing. The only thing that I have going is that Quimby mentioned that the captain might have been named Bill trading with you guys here in this town. That's why I'm trying to see if, you know, what he was dealing in, what kind of something about maybe I might have been one of his crew.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe procuring for the leaders here in this town. Maybe that leads to some clue to my existence, why I am the way I am.
Well, the man's name you're looking for is Bemmer. Bemmer was the captain of that ship. I know Bemmer. I've met him a few times, being the captain of the guard. As for what it was he was specifically collecting, that I'm not sure of. Conrad would know.
You know, by any chance, the name of the ship?
I don't remember. I'm sure Conrad would remember, though. You have some notes there in his keep. Are you a sailor then?
That's what I was doing, yes.
Maybe you then can pick up the contract. But then again, you'll need a new crew. Well, the merchant provides.
I'll refer to you as so.
I will refer to you as your name.
Hey, that's a pretty cool guy you've got there. How's
Which
the shoot?
one?
New one.
The new one?
Yeah, how's it shoot?
I don't know. I haven't gotten a chance to test it yet.
We're out here in the open.
I don't want to blow everybody else up if it goes bad.
Step back a little bit. Back shots.
One of the guards actually comes up to you and says, I would not do that, not here.
Why?
Because you don't want to bring the wrong kind of attention. If you notice, we're not moving fast. We're taking our time. We're not being very loud either. These things are on purpose.
The big guy seems to be being very loud.
Oh, yes. No, that should be fine. But we don't want any large noises, sharp noises, dangerous noises to be heard.
That's all kind of noises that are fun.
Well, they may start off fun and may end up dead.
Make you think this time.
Oh, that's... Okay.
Thank you. And then they continue. Okay. Any other conversations or pieces? You are horrifying, by the way. That poor boy.
I'm gonna go try and rescue him.
Roddy.
Rod, come walk with me.
Oh, yeah. My beloved, is it okay that I go and speak to the young knight? Oh, okay. He's all red and stuff. And he's like, mushrooms. And he kind of walks off. And so he goes over to you. Okay.
Just like little questions and kind of get him to talk about himself and his family.
Yep.
Try to get him to calm down.
Yeah, so, you definitely calm him down. He's talking about his favorite subject, himself. And so, he talks all about being apprentice to the artificers. And so he's expected to make a lot of money as soon as he, can go up the ranks. One of the names that he gives you... and it's a good name, too. Oh, that way. It's actually a dwarf name. He gives you a dwarf's name. It's very obviously a dwarf name. And that name is... it doesn't have a clan associated with it. There it is. Yarvin. Yarvin Beestrock. Master Yarvin will, as soon as he approves my work and takes me under his wing, then one day I will become a fantastic artificer, and I will strengthen the tribe. He's very proud. Yarvin Beestrock.
Beast Rider?
Beestrock.
Anything else I would have found interesting while he prattles on?
For some reason, he keeps bringing up mushrooms in his conversations with you. His distaste for mushrooms.
Oh, yeah, I hate mushrooms too.
Oh, thank goodness. For a minute there, I thought I was losing my mind. I'm not losing my mind.
No, you're
Okay.
perfectly safe.
Okay, good. And so-
Tell me more. Very interesting.
Oh, thank you. My mom often says that too. And so he just continues just prattling along about just weird, kind of crazy, nuanced things of his life and how he grew up.
I'm
And
reciting prayer. I'm in my helmet. You can't see me.
yeah, you're
I'm not paying attention.
sleeping with your eyes open.
Yeah.
You're definitely calming him down though. So, any other conversations you're gonna have before you hit North Village?
I'm gonna go up and talk to the captain.
Okay. Before you even get close to him, you hear him say, I was wondering when you would start slithering up here. No, I don't. Let's just say we're incompatible. No, I don't imagine that would be very fruitful.
You tell me about Father Field.
Oh, your father is he then? Ah, interesting. I had cousin down, but I guess Sophie was the closest on that one then. He was just a traveler. Enjoyed coming here. Liked the rest and relaxation, I believe. Yeah, as far as I know.
My insight.
Absolutely.
All right.
20.
Maybe
He
it
is
will.
completely and utterly full of crap.
Yeah.
And he knows, that he knows he's full of crap. And he doesn't give a big OF.
I know you know that I know.
Mm-hmm.
Did I know?
Mhm.
Right.
He even adds to the conversation. I think he loved the sweets here.
That brought
Big sweet tooth he had, I think. Gildren.
20.
Actually, yeah, he would have teeth. Well, not teeth.
No,
He'd
I
be
know.
fangs.
We'll shoot at that.
Yeah, there you go. Ah, yeah.
Let's see.
Let's just say, the less you know, the better. But then again, you could always take the lover's potion. Oh, the women! No. No. The suitors who choose not to select a mate here are given the lover's potion. They leave without their memories.
Maybe that's meaning that everyone finds true love.
Yeah.
What about the great merchant?
What about the great merchant?
Ran into him.
You've met the great merchant then? Really? And what did he give you?
A few things.
Well, he gave us a few things as well.
You.
As are ours. The great merchant.
Who lives on?
Damn Muffin Man.
The great merchant is our god. As have you.
Worship very evil.
What exactly did you have as an interaction with the great merchant?
Don't you know?
With your interactions? By no means. I know our interactions with him.
That. Oh. Well, I guess that doesn't.
Our very tribe's existence, our survival, is owed to the great merchant. Therefore, he is our god.
Decide to worship a evil god. There will be no such thing.
Evil is in the eye of the beholder, I believe. Which makes me second guess your connections to Gildren. We'll see. Sounds like you may be taking the lover's potion after all. We'll see what Conray makes of you. Okay. Any other conversations you're going to have?
No, let everybody know. Not her, like I started out being, like, about to feel like horrible.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let everybody know that.
You usually love mushrooms.
Yeah.
Especially friend mushrooms.
Yeah.
Those are the best.
Berries, and they don't have heart.
Yeah. For whatever reason, you are starting to become extremely allergic to it.
To the mushroom specifically?
Yeah, to mushrooms. Maybe it's just that one type. Maybe it's a few types. Or whatever it is potent. As you guys start making your way towards the village, the actual area opens up. And what you end up finding is this larger kind of a town area. This is North Village, and North Village in itself is... Let's see, where are you at? Where are you, North Village? Here we go. So this is North Village. You come in and you see, again, very dark-featured people all running around. It's extremely easy to pick out the people that were married into the families, because they have different features, blonde and blue eyes and paler skinned and things like that. But even their children all have the exact same dark eyes, dark hair, darker skin complexions and things like that. They are whatever genes got passed down. Very few came from the parent who was not from Torrent Haven, regardless if it was male or female. Very, very dominant genes. It seems like the town's very well put together. There's lots of interactions, people walking around doing different things, cleaning things up. There are some of the same types of tiki tortures type of an idea, right? With the stick with a place to put some kindling inside, and then the fire goes on top of that. All of them are off, and all of them are empty. But you see the spaces where they're all lined up against the walls and things. You assume at night to turn them on so people can see it at night through the streets. Anything you guys gonna do before you head in? Okay. As you're brought in, you start making your way towards the largest building. And it is just a regular building. It doesn't look like a throne or anything else like that. It's not very elaborate, but it is one of the larger buildings in the area. And you start making your way over to it, and as you do, the young boy, your beloved Roddy, says, "Oh, see, this my home right there, right next to the Conray's building. My mother's gonna be so excited to meet you." And so he runs over and he runs inside the building. If you want to escape, now is your opportunity. Everybody else is, and actually, Quimby is also with him as well. They have also gone into the house. You hear the mother yelling at the son, and he's trying to explain himself. "No, I didn't come back early. No, I'm not ditching." And then everybody else is being led, just walking straight into the main building.
Suitors as well.
No, and all those suitors and things are all left behind at the main South Village. She's the only one who came up because she's going to go talk to the parents who live in North Village. Are you going to ditch them, or are you going to go meet mom and dad?
I'm gonna talk to Dave privately, really quick.
Okay.
So, that captain has some pictures and some sacred mushroom potions. And so that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm pretending to be into this child that I'm obviously not into. And I'm destroying this heart, but it's worth it for me.
My love, where are you? Brunhilde's ready to meet you.
If you get the chance.
Yeah. I'll tell my friends. We're on it.
Okay. Later though, please come save me because I'm not feeling. Run! I'm coming, honey.
Oh, there's my love. Oh, this way. So we're gonna cut to you really quickly. You walk into the room, and the mother is there, and she's cooking, and she's just completely astonished that her son has found any kind of suitor. And she kind of basically says that
Rude.
to your face, like, "You're really interested in my son now,
Yes.
Roddy,
Yes.
little Roddy." Very well.
I don't think he's quite that little. He's a young man.
Yes, he is. He is my youngest. Very well, Roddy. Like we practiced. Go ahead and begin to escort her around the home. Begin to tell her the story of who you are. You are now on a journey of Roddy. In all of its great and wonderful splendor and amazement.
Good luck. Hope you
So yeah, you're gonna be with them.
Nobody is.
Needless to say, when you finally find an opportunity to leave, you are definitely gonna take it because it is. It's psychological damage. I should just roll for damage actually. But anyway, we're gonna move on.
Psychic.
So you just let me know when you decide that you're gonna ditch him or at least run away. I gotta go to the loo, and then just
right out the window.
out the way to make your escape. So the rest of everybody else, you're all making your way in. There's lots of different guards that are all on the sides. As you walk in, remember what I've said about the town and the people that are there. They are darker complected, darker skinned, darker eyes, hair, everything very hairy, right? Lots of beards running around with the older guys, very buff kind of
Very
stuff.
fit. Like,
Yeah.
fit around here.
Yeah, you're just one of these guys, man. You're just
This is the most well placed I've felt since I've gained this new awareness.
yeah. However, as you guys make your way in and you meet the king, who's obviously sitting on this very humble-looking throne.
Before we walk into
Okay. All right. So that he doesn't recognize you.
Yeah.
All right. Do deception. Roll for deception.
Like, what are you doing?
Roll with disadvantage.
Bull?
There you come. You need something. Do you need healing?
Disadvantage.
As you walk in, you do see the king, and he's sitting in a very, very comfortable looking throne. It doesn't have a high back or anything like that, but it is in the center as a place of honor. There's like pillows and things for him to lay on and things like that. So he's almost like just lounging there. And then there are servants and things who are sitting there feeding him. The most striking thing about Conry is that he's an albino. He is completely and utterly white. His eyes, where albinos usually have red eyes, He does not. He has golden eyes. But other than that, his hair is white. His every bit of hair, eyelashes, anything. His beard is white. And to accentuate this white motif that he's got going, even his clothes have been perfectly stained to be very, very vibrant as well, along with him. So he is just this glowing thing in the middle of this room, surrounded by. But he still has the features of everybody else. He's just pure white, and a vibrant white. I can't get over like paper white kind of was what I'm going for here.
17 for deception.
Yeah, you feel pretty comfortable. You kind of covered yourself up. You still come off as Dragonborn, but I mean the markings and things that everybody's kind of noticed that make you his son, those aren't visible. So the captain of the guard goes up, kneels down in front of him, starts to whisper back and forth. And you can hear what he's saying. He's just basically telling him what's going on, how you guys got to this point, the different stories of everybody. Talks about the ring. He talks about you. He talks about the fact that you are looking for your father. And he leaves at that, and then he kind of goes to the side and kneels down next to him, which is kind of a weird sight. Captain of the guard usually sits on something or he stands. Everybody here kneels next to the king. Almost like where his head is where the top of the room is, basically, right? So you guys are coming in. Who would like to start the conversations?
I guess I will.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of walk forward, just nod and kind of acknowledgement towards, Connery. Just be like, it's good to meet you.
My captain tells me your name is Darkshade. The name you gave yourself.
It's an interesting thing, but yes, it's kind of all I've kind of known to go by for now. I have no recollection of my former life. Maybe you could shed some light into that. Show him this ring. When I woke up on the beach, this is the only thing that I had left of that life that I lived. Do you know anything about it?
Yes, I do. Do me a favor. As strange as it may be, will you remove your cloak and your armaments that you have on your chest? And takes everything off.
You can kind of see I'm like a pretty tall, like 6'4", pretty good condition.
Mm-hmm.
And you can kind of see too, dark complected, but very hairy and nice, muscular.
The king stands up and he walks towards you. And as he does, the soldiers also stand up and are escorting him as well. And as he approaches, he's shorter than you. He's thinner than you. He's almost has this look of almost being malnourished. But you get this impression when he gets closer to you that like he's 7 feet taller than you. Like you get this impression and the feeling, even though he doesn't have very big muscles, you just feel dwarfed and almost pressed down by his presence. And as he gets closer to you, he says, "Turn around, please, if you wouldn't mind." And as he does, he puts his hand onto your back, and it's just a finger. And as he does, your back lights up, not just in pain, but physically lights up. There is a tattoo, basically, that is hidden by your hair and by your skin and things like that, that's present that no one ever really saw. But as he's touching it, you can see the outlines of this thing kind of just start to glow and glow larger and brighter. Everybody else can see this, and it's a weird feeling. It is the type of feeling where it almost feels like someone's grabbed a hold of the middle of your the back end of your belly button is starting to pull, And so it's just very uncomfortable, almost nauseating peace that you feel, but you can feel it coming from all sides of who you are. And then he lets go, and he goes back and he sits down. The captain that we asked to procure us a special item, an item that has some very unique properties. We were hoping that that item would find itself here so that we might find out a little bit more about ourselves and our place in the world. However, this item was contained inside of a glass shell. For whatever reason, this casing must have broken. Either by you or by someone else, but for whatever reason, this item has attached itself to you. You are now who you are because you are now blessed with something that mimics who we are. Do you stand with friends? Do you know these people well?
They've done me no harm.
Do you wish to discuss more of these things in private, or would you like me to tell you your secrets here before everyone?
I guess I have nothing to hide.
You will find that here is a safe place for you. Outside of here, there are very few that you will be able to find solace with. If you haven't already guessed it, and my captain has already told me that you may have already figured some things out, this is a city, our camps, our villages, of lycanthropy. We are, all of us, lycanthropes. The fairy, you were bitten. You were bitten by the dogs, which will have no fear for you. But you were bitten by one of the children. The lycanthropy that we carry can only be passed in our human forms, which is a luxury and a pleasure that it's done that way. We have more control of who shall receive our gifts and who should not. I'm not sure about yours. You should have a minder, someone to walk with you as you transform. Have you transformed fully? Are you able to keep control of who you are? Or do you wake up covered in blood somewhere far away?
For the most part. But sometimes, in certain situations, my anger gets a hold of me and the inner beast within takes over.
That is something you will learn to control in time. All the adults here have control of who they are. It's the young ones who all have minders. Even those suitors who you came in with, they will be transforming soon themselves if they're young enough. And if they do, and they have a partner there to walk them through that as well, then they will be very, very slow, very spiritually and bodily connected to that person.
Did you know of any of the ladies that were looking for a mate?
Yes. About that, you must be careful around the young women. You are putting off pheromones, which is they're being attracted to. It's all fun and games until they start to tear each other apart. They do not have as much control over their transformations.
Of them,
Well, then you might belong to her then. I'm not sure yet.
making her sense.
Mm-hmm. All our women here are very strong and wonderful women. They've been taught to be strong as well. You can see that he's actually getting tired. He looks like he doesn't get a lot of sleep. And now to the rest of our party here.
Before we speak to him, like, what's like the general consensus on lycanthropy and Elderhold? How do you
So-
feel about it as a community?
Elderhold in particular has a no lycanthropy policy. They are very against lycanthropy, and they're against necromancy and all that kind of stuff. Anything that kind of falls into that vein, because of its dark history, they've put up a very, very strong. We are against these things, and we will fight evil where it stands. But where lycanthropy in other cases, the cases that you would know about, they are very vicious, and they have more. They'd have a lot less control. But this whole community, even the fact that there is a community of lycanthropes, means that this is way unheard of. Like, these people have something that other people don't. There's something special about these guys, especially the fact that you can't get it from being a werewolf and biting, which is something you've never heard of. It's always been that if a werewolf bites you, you have to go get that cure wounds, not cure wounds, remove curse in order to clear it. A child, a human biting, wouldn't have any issues with those guys, but that seems to be the flipped opposite with these ones. So
they like turn to us.
yes, so they're turning to you now, and they say,
With my shield, I'm gonna kind of like jostle Beckhill to the front.
So,
We all.
mostly.
unfortunately, I do not know where Gildren is at. Last we saw of him, he was here about 4 weeks ago. He's been doing some of his own research and studies, although he will keep those things closely to himself, even though we've pried as much as we could. But now, his trail has gone cold. We can't find him.
Room here.
He has a residence here in North Village. I'll have the captain of the guard take you to them. Your father has done great deeds for us. He is one of our heroes that we have here. A blessing of the merchant.
Who's the merchant?
The merchant is our savior.
Can you please describe to me what the interactions have been? I've had a running in, well, we all have, of our own suspected merchant who might be the same.
I will be free with this information, being that we do have means of removing all information from you. But keep in mind that we will only do so if you prove yourselves to be an enemy of us. The great merchant was the one who helped secure our fate. What do you know of the kingdom of Goldcrest?
Much. What, actually,
No, we've heard of the Kingdom.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the kingdom farther south.
yeah.
The Torrington broke away from.
Goldcrest sits just a little bit to the left of
Yeah.
Torrent Haven.
They're like the main women rival to Elderhold in the area?
Yes, they are very wealthy. They're extremely powerful. They flaunt their wealth all the time. There's some strange things that happen in Goldcrest. It's kind of a mystery. Like sometimes when you send spies down there to figure out what's going on and what the ins and outs of their government and things like that work out, none of those spies actually make it back. So they are. There was a point at which there was actually going to be an actual war between Elderhold and Goldcrest at one point, but for whatever reasons that you don't know of, it was stopped.
Do we know what that war was about? What it was over?
You have no idea. I say very few people know why they were going to attack, and even less why it stopped. But this is like history of 30 years ago.
Before we were born.
Yeah, 30 years ago when this happened. And so, Conray continues. Before I continue, and tell you of the great merchant, I must apologize. I am not like the rest of my kin. I'm something rather special. And so he calls over someone, and they come, and they bring the owl that you used. It was an owl, right? Mangled up quite fiercely. And it's on a platter, and he hands the platter to you.
Yes and no. Since it's magical familiar.
We're gonna say just for flair that this one happens. So yeah, he brings it to you, mangled and destroyed. My cycle is different than the others. My changing happens on opposite sides of my kin. More the month. When the night is completely dark is when I come out. And when the moon is full, that's when my children go out. Well, you caught me on a bad day. I hope this will be a token of friendship between us. What's that?
My owl? My character, my owl is the token of friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Dead mangled.
You're very dead, mangled owl.
He is the beast.
I'm gonna snap my fingers and let the owl go away.
Okay. But you asked about the merchant. Here is the short history of our city. There are some who've suspected, and rightly so, that Goldcrest is a city controlled completely and utterly by the vampires. We were once their servants. We were made to serve them in chains and bondage, to be their guards, to be their watch. And then once in a great long while, someone like me is born. A Biesta. And they use me as hunting. They wait until I grow strong and big, when I have my full transformation into the wolf that you saw before you. And a great hunt is done by those in power in Goldcrest. Well, when it came time to fight, I ran. And I ran as far and as I possibly could into the mountains of Torrent Haven. I didn't run out of fear, but I ran because the great merchant told me to run, and how far to run. When the king of Goldcrest found me, We had quite a battle, in which he did win. But while he was gloating, I found my opportunity and I struck. A vampire can live without its body, but it has to return its soul to its original body in its crypt by a certain amount of time. I had traveled so far, he couldn't make it back in time. And therefore, the kingdom was in ruin. Their immortal king had finally died, and every single one of the thralls under his power and under his control became free. Well, as the unrest between their own politics came into play, my people took that time to run. By the time they figured out they were chasing us, I made a deal with the merchant to give us a place of safety, a place to protect us. Oh, the exchange is mine.
I mean, similar. Merchant.
His first is always a favor. Yes?
Good. What is the second? What's the third?
Let's just say when I made my first deal for the favor, a torrent of water came from the mountains, created this whole valley filled with rivers. The air started to choke up with mist, and the vampires could no longer come in. They can't cross or be touched by running water. And the mist protects us as well, for it is a holy mist. Any vampire coming into Torrent Haven would immediately regret that decision.
We passed through that mist we came into.
It's always present in Torrent Haven.
No, it rained a lot.
Now you understand.
Yeah.
This was the gift of the merchant. This is why we praise him. Because he gave us a haven to save ourselves, a place to protect ourselves, that we might live and be strong together. No. But whatever it is, I will gladly pay it. It has led to the freedom of my people.
Have you done more than one deal?
I did. And that one was equally measured.
Yeah.
Only two. Your father also made a deal with him.
Did
Did he tell you why?
I suspect wrong. What did say?
Did he ever tell you what from? I know.
We will be able to have a chat.
Why wait?
I will not tell you that yet. The moment you realize what it is the moment your clock starts to tick. I will give you the greatest chance of success. Find your father as best you can. And when you are ready to find out what the secret is, come to me again and I will tell you. But you will need to be ready. You will not have much time. Your father sacrificed much so you would have this chance of survival.
I'm gonna step out. I'm like, thank you for your trust, Your Highness. And I'm gonna try to back down. We need it. Let's go to your dad's house.
So, you get up.
I'm going to I'm gonna kneel down in front of him and say thank you. Which I never do for anybody. He doesn't. Out of great honor and respect.
He comes up, puts his hand on your shoulder. Again, when he gets close to you, it's this overwhelming thing of like he's a big guy.
The presence.
The presence of him is enormous. Actually, I printed him. His wolf form.
What Baylor?
That is him.
Oh, good.
When he transforms, that's what he transforms himself into.
I'm guessing all white.
All white, completely white. That's the sign of someone who's who's not a regular lycanthrope, but they are a bestia. He is Conre Bestia. You've actually heard his name before in the main village. He also doesn't have any kind of control over himself when he turns himself into the beast in that form. So stay away from him when he's in that bestia, because he doesn't know friend from foe.
I've kind of been overhearing this conversation with you guys, and I kind of want to like just kind of look over when you get done talking with him or whatever, and just kind of be like, so your father is a great magician. Maybe he might know what this rune is that's marking.
Very possible. He's done years of research. On the books. Various things.
Would you mind it if I maybe tag along with you guys? Maybe just for a little while. Maybe you might have some more information on what life used to be like. Maybe a way for me to get there.
I have no issue with it as long as everybody else is okay with it. One thing I will say is if you cannot control yourself, we will.
I would expect nothing else. I'll try to do my best to pitch in where I can. Be quite strong.
Thank you.
All right, new allies. You leave the area. Conrad seems like he has to take a nap, and they're actually kind of like pressuring him to rest. And he actually just kind of curls up on his little throne there, and they cover him up, and there's even like a lady there playing a harp and stuff, trying to soothe him and give him some peace before he transforms tonight.
One last thing I'm going to say before we get into this.
Mhm.
How do we stay safe from him?
My captain will give you something to carry. Speaking of which, and he calls over the captain to him, and you see him pass off the scroll and the few bags of mushrooms. As soon as they hit, you see he has this kind of like even everybody in that room is just like kind of overwhelmed by this. And one of the ladies kind of has a thing over her face, and she kind of picks it up and she takes off with it. Another lady does the same thing because there's a few of these bags. And then you kind of take it into one of the back rooms. When it's ready, I'll make sure that they give you some. You're welcome. Points to his captain. Take them to his home. And so this is going to start leading you back to your father's third home. Yeah, well, you're about to find out. Anything else you guys are going to do before you leave?
I'm gonna go to El Shadar and I'm gonna let him. Well, pretty sure they'll.
I'm dying.
I'm gonna tell him about her tinctures, since he's a.
Mhm.
And the mushrooms that were handed out to the king actually belong to her
Mhm.
and her family. And let's see.
Good sign. He only does that when he's really ready to do it.
I mean, he's upgraded, so if he has to.
At this point, as you guys are all leaving the main room, poor Rod, little Roddy, he has you upstairs in this little room that he's got there. and it's a little workshop, and it's got a little window, and you're sitting by the window. And he's like, and this is my very first contraption, and this does this and does these things. And usually girls just like, they leave after like a couple of minutes, but you've been staying for this whole time. I think we really have a great connection. And so he's like just talking to you about these different things and playing with like he's making little toys, really what he's doing, right? With these artificer tools. And you're just sitting there.
They're Lego.
Yeah, there you go, the equivalent of medieval Legos. And he's just so enthralled. He's got a whole Lego village of his thing that he's got going. And as this is happening, you look out the window and you can see everybody's leaving. And this is your one and only chance, man.
Stay back. And I'm just like stealthily stay back.
Okay.
And I'm like, just like, no. And it's like kind of like sneaking around the corner.
You looking at it?
And is that window cracking open or anything?
Oh yeah, it's all nice and open. It's a beautiful
lovely.
breeze.
I'm gonna mouth it. and then I'm gonna go and all the sleeping dust is gonna go in there.
Oh my gosh. All right. Sleeping dust comes in. It starts to fill the room slowly but surely. He's sitting there. He's like, oh yeah, this is my favorite. My mom calls them dolls. They're not dolls. They're action artificers is what they are. And it's just, it's like a collector's item. It could have been worth a lot of money one day. I could have put them in a box and they're going to be worth a lot of money. You're going to love me, right? I think you're... And he just lays out and he's just passed out. And he's still kind of holding on to one of his little artificer guys. He's just kind
Is the sleeping dust mushroom based though?
No.
of...
He's going anaphylactic shock.
No.
That's almost an issue
It's
forever.
fairy magic. It's fairy magic.
Alright.
Okay.
Now is your chance. Jump out the window.
Can I fit through the window?
Oh yeah, you can fit out.
It's wide open.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm
Yeah.
I hold out my hand. Can you grab it?
Yeah. All right.
My hand and I'm gonna cast reduce on her,
It's like
and I'm
your
literally
hand
gonna
all over.
I'm gonna hold her and fly out.
Nice. No, not even a roll for that. And you escape, and you have now survived the young love.
Welcome to Neverland.
That's right.
Just believe in having thoughts.
So you guys make your way basically to the outside of town, and there's a space that is a little bit separated from everybody else. And there's this house, and the house is actually 2 stories tall. It looks like someone is usually taking care of it, so all the bushes and stuff look nice. You still see the sconces, right? Sconces, holes in the ground, the places to put the fire and stuff. They're all around it as well, like just the same as on the inside. But these ones are filled, and as you can tell, you're looking inside of it. It hasn't been lit. But it does have some mushroom pieces in there. You can smell it immediately. But it's like a diluted kind of a mushroom base. But when you light it, it's going to be kind of potent. And you can also smell it too, because you're feeling allergic to it as well. As long as they don't light it, you should be fine. Everybody do a perception check for me. Mm-hmm. Okay, going around the room. 20. You see it? 23. You see it?
13.
13. Nope.
18.
18. Yes. Nope.
I look close. 23.
23. So everybody sees it except for a few. So again, the place looks really nice. It looks like no one's actually been in here for a while, like the insides. But as you start making your way in, you start realizing that someone's been tossing the place. Kind of covertly, but you can definitely tell that some things have been shoved and some people, like someone cleaned up after they looked through some stuff, but it was such a hurried job. But you can tell someone was looking for stuff. What do you guys want to do? All the guards and stuff are also outside waiting.
I'm going to ask only for Bill.
Okay.
And Nate.
Okay. So I ask everybody else to leave?
Yeah.
You guys give me a moment. This is my dad's place.
Yeah.
Take shoes off, that kind of stuff.
I want to.
I think everyone from Elderhold should be in. Is this your father?
No, his is in hell.
Yeah.
That's true.
You left your unfather in hell.
You left your dad
Probably
in
dead.
El Shaddai, you should stay.
Wow.
Us Elderhold Knights need to have lots to discuss at this moment. Your father, regardless. I think there's a lot more afoot now.
She's just, I don't see her. She's like in my dress. But she's so small you can't see her.
You can't see the person standing in your pocket.
All right. So go ahead and place your peeps where you are, either inside or outside. It is a 2-story. You can't see it though.
Yeah. Eleanor, gone right by me, please. No offense to you.
You're good. You're good.
And I'm gonna like go around and like shut the windows.
Where are the guards?
They're outside. They're kind of just walking through the perimeters and stuff.
Are they really paying attention?
Not inside.
The sconce with the mushroom liquid inside of it?
Mm-hmm.
Can I drain some of that?
It's been mixed with like a lot of like it's been soaking in like some of the twigs and stuff. You can definitely take some of it with you and like after you do some like alchemical stuff
Like
to it.
drain some of it into a vial and then
It's
later?
you're gonna have to actually do some tincturing with it to get it to drain. But yeah, you could have been. It's gonna take you some time, but yes, you could do that.
I was hoping it was like quick.
No,
Like I could just pop the top, pull the thing out, kind of.
no. All these, it's just like a really, really wet piece of wood. Really, is what it comes down to.
Oh,
It's been
okay.
soaking in it and soaking in it, and now that's. So if you really wanted to reverse the process, you could do it, but it would
I'll
take
just
time.
take some. I'll just scrape some pieces off of the wood and into the vial instead.
Excellent. That
I can
works.
always just use that.
Okay, so you're outside scraping away. So, okay.
I'll be. Is this the second floor or is this?
That's another portion of the building. Second floor is all the way up here.
Outside doing my
Um,
magicness.
yeah, I'll be in his quarters. Starting there.
And then
She's in my boobs.
Dark Shade, he's gonna
Oh no.
Comfy.
once he's outside, he's gonna kind of.
Just because there's a
He's
grid
like,
doesn't mean something's
he's
about to happen.
kind of gets like a little edgy.
Mhm.
So he's just gonna like climb up the nearest building and like kind of perch up on like the
Oh, okay.
yeah, like his bestial can just climb like he's walking.
Okay.
Even upside down.
Do a perception check, and actually, since you're up high, do it with advantage.
Okay.
I'm imagining the two of you guys are just talking about the horrific Roddy and all of the craziness that you had to endure.
And so for future reference too, he just has like a natural perception of that's an 18. I don't know if that.
Oh yeah.
But on my roll, I got 18.
Okay. Yeah, you're up there. You're taking everything in. You're kind of absorbing. You're watching the other guards.
Yeah.
You're specifically watching the captain of the guard too. He seems kind of a little uneasy at the moment. And there's actually a moment where he just kind of goes off into the woods, like he's gonna go check something out. He goes a little bit further, so you can't actually see fully what's going on. But he kind of just goes off in that direction, more towards these guys.
So I'm able to like close all the windows. Like my idea is like I'm trying to like get us an area where we can talk without being heard by the people who are following us.
Okay.
'Cause I'm like very concerned with all this crazy shit we've learned, and I think I'm gonna immediately express it. I'm like, I think our mission here has changed, and we need to report to Elderhold what's happening here.
She's like, oh yeah, one more thing. And I'm like, I'll tell you just because you're like pop. She, the message. This is Claudia. I saved her. You can
From
trust
young
me.
love.
Also, while I'm outside, I'm gonna pick up like 4 small little rocks.
Okay, if Babe vouches for you, you can stay, but This news is very concerning. I'm gonna like peek outside. I'm like, Shadar, come on.
Huh?
These are Elderhold matters. This concerns you. Come here. We all need to talk.
Yeah.
What do you guys think our mission is now? I think the king needs to know what's happening in one of our neighbors here. This is very concerning.
Okay, I agree with you. It is concerning, but we have 3 problems. We don't know where his dad is still. I'm not turning into a whirlpool. Not happy. It's unfitting or fairy. Second of all, third of all,
Unfitting.
That's just
these people are crazy. And I'm gonna go kill those kids.
I think they might be the opposite of crazy. Being able to control their purpose.
They said they had something to help you, so I think we should definitely look into that. But my first remove curse seemed to work some. I think even without help, I'd be able to stop you from succumbing to this disease.
And also, I'm gonna have to tell you guys.
Beautiful sunsets.
That bags, all those bags and
Butterfly.
pictures,
Butterfly.
they belong to Claudia and her family. And her child.
Not only have they stolen from Elderhold, they have stolen from.
So we pick up that. No problem. The albino has it, and he's gonna turn it into green.
One, they've obviously stolen artificer technology from Elderhold. Wouldn't you agree, El Shaddai?
Yeah, I'm curious of where they got all this from, because us as a we don't share so openly.
I mean, Vecchio, I don't want to cast accusations, but it's pretty obvious that your father is a traitor to Elderhold.
Actually, that's true. Perception?
Or
I share in your mission here, and you have been a good companion, but my loyalties ultimately lie with the king and with Elderhold.
Of course. But if I know anything of my father, there must be a good reason.
Is there a good enough reason to betray Elderhold?
There is the lesser of two evils.
You followed me to hell. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I'll give you one more day. We need to find your father as quickly as possible. This matters are too pressing. Elderhold must know.
One of the
It has
guards
a country of lycanthropes on there.
has stopped singing. He was singing, and now he's not singing anymore.
What would
I
it,
can hold off for one day.
what would it change?
Pick up like some kind of change in the air.
If they've been living
Advantage
this way
with perception?
for years now, what is another week?
19.
They need to know there's an enemy of the southern border actively stealing our secrets from our allies and monks.
And we divert their attention from the soulless inside their own backyard.
26.
You're advocating to not tell our king about an enemy.
I don't think it's as pressing as someone being possessed in our own kingdom.
Alright, pause. The guard that was in front of you was singing, kind of humming to himself, and then he just stopped for whatever reason. Yeah, it's kind of weird. And so you kind of like try to get a better view of him, and he seems to just kind of have his back up against one of the poles. And right when you think something doesn't look right, you hear a, and it's
It doesn't mean
look just as the other guard that's on the other side of you
Shut
gets
very cool.
nailed right in the head with an arrow, and he just kind of falls backwards and just lands on the ground. And that's when you see that the first guy who stopped singing, he's actually pinned. His body is pinned to the pole. He has 3 arrows all right in his heart. And as you notice this, you can see rustling in the trees, and they're getting closer.
Kind of coming from that direction.
Coming from the north.
Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna like take a running leap, long jump, and try to jump across and reach the other side over there.
Okay.
I could do It's like
ac-
20 times 3, so like 60-foot long jump.
oh, okay.
But only my movement, I can dash.
Okay.
So dash, long jump on the other side of the, like upper, it's like this roof.
Okay.
And kind of be like, just kind of that's like,
Okay.
just kind of to like warn anybody. I don't know if they can hear me, but.
As soon as you do that, actually, you know what? Let's just see. Are you trying to be stealthy or no?
Sure.
Roll for
Like, yeah.
Stealthily stomp on a roof?
Yes, the
the whole movement and trying to get over it.
18. No, it's. No, yeah, 10.
Before you get all the arrows.
18. No, then it's 10.
Put this guy over there next to that pillar right there.
This one.
You see these half transformed lycanthropes, and they're all sneaking towards the house. They all have their short weapons and things, the long range weapons put away, and they're pulling on their axes and their swords and things, and they are moving quick.
I'd like to kind of just, like, now that I can kind of see that,
Mhm.
kind of, yeah, I can kind of go ahead and stealthily kind of like crawl on top of the roof to the edge to where I can kind of get a good vantage point where I can.
You're gonna wait for them to get close and then jump.
Pounce.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're keeping your stealth.
So you stomped on the roof.
Mhm.
Said, "Is it thundering outside?" I'm gonna go to the window to look to see if the weather has changed.
Okay.
Because the stomping on the roof to me sounded like thunder.
To me, it sounded like we're getting spied on, so I'm gonna go to the door and just throw it open.
So is this a window?
yes.
I'm kind of right by it, so I'm just gonna be like, huh?
So you look out the window. As soon as you look out the window, an arrow starts shooting straight towards you.
Oh shit!
Yep. And everybody roll initiative. Do it through the app because it makes it a little quicker.
Through beyond.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'll take that.
15 to hit. Does it hit you?
I used my reaction to cast shield. No, it does not.
Does not hit. It just comes through the glass and then pins itself right next to your head. It was a close.
Bounce off of the shield.
Oh, yeah, that's true, huh? Yep. And just
Ready for your eyes.
boing, falls off. Alrighty, so looks like I have everybody except for Vacuole and Darkshade. Oh, there was Vacuole's. Darkshade, what's your initiative?
Oh, 12. Sorry, I did roll it. Do I need to roll it somewhere else? Initiative. I did that. That's what I got.
Oh yeah, it is 12.
Okay, I got it. Alrighty, so
I'm trying to do it too good.
because you held your actions and they're getting closer, I'm gonna let you go first, top of round, and then you're gonna fall into your regular space in the line. Surprise round for you. And so go ahead and move each one of these guys up 10 squares each towards the front of the house.
Probably been 10 feet, right? Not 10 squares.
10 feet, yes, not 10 squares.
It's very bridge of terror.
It's like, how fast are these guys?
That's right. They're fast. They're just not that fast.
Go away, Soapy.
I hope he's not here.
Yeah, he's not here either. I hope.
Oh yeah, no, he's not here. He's not there.
Oh crap!
Yes.
This guy.
Right. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go ahead and use my bonus action and kind of I'm gonna rage.
Okay.
And then when I rage, you
No
can kind
way.
of see that like my ears kind of like grow longer.
Mhm.
My head, they kind of my face kind of takes on more of a bestial form, but
Yep.
almost like feline,
Mhm.
like a lion type of shape. And then my claws just kind of like grow
Mm-hmm.
long, right?
Yep.
And I'm gonna go ahead and make a running leap and try to jump on top of this one over here.
All right.
Alright, breaking the action real quick.
Did those
Since
guys
we don't know
know
him
where-
that well,
Yep.
how similar does he look to the enemies?
Actually, he looks quite different than the enemies.
Quite
They all look almost exactly the same. because they're all from the same tribes. They're all from. They have those.
Similar, but not like. Very,
Yeah.
Obviously, not that.
Exactly.
How high was the roof? 20 feet.
Yeah, about that.
Okay, so if I try to like land on him, I'd like to try and well, there's the pounce thing. I don't know if you play that, but it's like I guess it's like it's on one of the newer books, but it's like a DC 15, and if they fail, they fall prone.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good. I'll go for it.
Okay. So I'd like to try and pounce on top of him. Of course, if I take, I'm gonna try to see if he can take some of the damage, and I'll take the other half of the damage.
All right, sounds good. Let's do this.
Roll. So I'm raging, but I'm gonna do 2d6. So that's 7.6 damage.
Okay.
He'll gets to take half, right? And I'll take the other half.
Okay.
So 7.
So
half of
just
half is
three. Just do 3 and 3.
1. But then I'm raging, so I really don't take any damage.
Yeah. There you go.
In this case.
Raging, you have to take a minimum of 1 damage.
1 damage.
Okay.
Because you can't half it down to 0.
Okay. Whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty close, then.
It's I hate it how that works.
1 damage.
Okay.
With what 117 health, 1 damage.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah, no.
And so he's prone now, right?
Yeah, but I guess technically I'd be prone too, right? But that's okay. I can.
Yeah, I think that'd be right.
Did you succeed at it?
If you take any damage, any fall damage, then you fall prone. It's kind of the way it's written. I'm not.
All right, so they are going to attack. A, C, and D.
Do I get to make an attack?
Oh yes. No, that's right. Those are your bonus action. Go for it.
Okay.
You're on top of him at the moment, so you
Okay,
have.
so I'm gonna like, if I'm like kind of ready to attack, you kind of see like these like spectral, shadowy claws, kind of like emerge
right.
from my own, right? And it's kind of like try to sink it in deep. And like it doesn't seem to do any physical damage, but it seems to do a lot of mental damage to him. I'm gonna go ahead and roll with advantage because of a reckless attack.
All right.
And so that's gonna be a 22 to hit.
Yep. 22 hits.
That's gonna be the D6 plus the 2d6 for sneak damage, and then I think that's it. Yeah.
Yep, and you get advantage because he's, or you have sneak attack because
Sneak it because it's advantage.
He gives you advantage.
Yeah, that's the great thing about reckless attack. It always gives you advantage.
Yeah.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Oh my
But
gosh!
the downside to reckless attack is all attack is against him or
Not
at advantage.
advantage. Yep.
That's the only downside to that.
So,
That's why it's reckless. But yeah, so your reckless attack always engages your sneak.
That's awesome.
15 points.
All right.
Psychic damage, and then I'm gonna go ahead and make another attack with my claws.
Okay.
But now, like when I do one claw attack, it automatically does another claw attack. So
You're just tearing apart this guy. This is your psychic blade, right? Or
No, this is not my claws now. So my psychic blade guard just kind of like stabbed into him.
Oh, okay. Now you're doing your claws.
Now I'm like ripping into
Just tearing apart this guy, which is very strange because he's usually the one doing the tearing apart.
So the first one was like a 26.
Yep.
The second one was a 24.
Yep, both those hit.
And then I do just 2d6. So that's going to be 4 plus 14, because plus 5 plus 2 is the rage. So 4 plus 14, 18 more points of slashing damage.
Got it. He is now bloodied. You were just tearing into him, and he wasn't even expecting you. Alrighty.
And I'll end my turn.
All right. Now it's actually his turn. So he is going to. You're on top of him, right? So it's a contested strength roll to see if he can throw you off of him.
Okay, I get advantage on those. And probably a good thing I did. That's going to be.
I got 18.
So that's going to be 23.
Oh, he tries to shove you off, and it doesn't work, but that's okay. He can still bite you. So he takes a bite. Oh man, I'm rolling horrible. 14 to hit.
Oh, that's
That's
it. And
yeah.
then you have advantage on that. Oh,
that's right, I do.
Yeah.
All right, let's see it again. Oh, that's more like it. 25 to hit.
that hits.
That is a total of 20 damage. He just
Reduce
bites
my hand?
in. Yes, reduced down to 10. Just bites into you with his muzzle and just starts trying to tear you apart. But you're raging. I mean, he barely has a good grip on you. You were wondering if you could take these guys. Now is your opportunity, man. Now's the way to go. All right, so the one who is here in front of the door, running towards you, he's going to finish his movement and get to you. Yep. So he's going to get right to the door.
When I kicked the door open, did I hit him with the door?
No, he was running towards it. He saw the door
Hit
open.
him with the door?
All right.
That's a
That's
critical.
the sound of a critical hit.
Critical.
That missed.
Nice.
That's a total of 29 damage. He just comes in and just bites you, and then lets go, and he's gonna get you with one of his claws. Let's see if he can get that. That is a 13 to hit, so that's not gonna get you with his claws. But he gave you a good little bite there. That's his turn. Claudia, you are up. He went from lover boy, Roddy, and now time to hurt somebody.
Good.
Oh, emotional damage. Rod somewhere is sitting there going, my beloved.
Dreaming of
That's right, he's passed out somewhere. Breaking bones. That's right, man. Breaking.
Okay, so like he's not in the house; he's still outside. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's getting past me.
You could reach him if you went beside Pavel here. Mm-hmm. Wide open.
So what I'd like to do, let's see here, is I'm going to cast a spell
Okay.
called lightning. So essentially, a storm cloud. Well, I have to roll it. Yeah.
So you can cast it, and then I'm not sure if he has to make a
Probably a deck.
dex
Yeah,
save.
probably a dex save.
So he has to make a dex save.
Okay, so let's go ahead.
So you let him make a dex save.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so what's the save I'm looking for? 14. He misses.
Full damage.
That's right.
You're doing it?
Oh yeah, I already
Okay, yeah. But, so you want to make sure you. And then you roll those.
Okay. So,
5.
Okay, I like that.
my 5d12s.
Well, you get for biting me.
That's right.
23.
23 damage? Wow. That is awesome.
So what happens is the storm cloud appears in the shape of a cylinder that is 10 feet tall with a 60-foot radius centered on a point. And then when I cast the spell, I choose a point that I can see under the cloud. A bolt of lightning flashes down from the cloud to that point, and then each creature within 5 feet of that point goes with dexterity saving throw.
Did it behind him.
Yeah, I did it behind him essentially because the door is open.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Using a point outside it.
Yeah, so these storm clouds, I mean, there's already a lot of precipitation here. It didn't take long. These storm clouds come in, and instead of being 10 feet, it's actually like 30 feet because there's so much moisture in the air already. And so it gets darker. You see this lightning start to crackle inside the clouds themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're casting, you're thinking to yourself, oh, did I overdo it? Bam! And it hits this guy so dang hard. Like you see all of his hair that he has on himself just kind of spike out a little bit. All the electricity running through his body. Yeah, he's definitely feeling that. Well done. Are you doing anything else with any bonus actions or movement? You're gonna leave it at that? You feel pretty good about that. That felt pretty good. All right, so the next one is this guy here that's closest to me on this side. Move him since you're the right there. He's going to run up to you,
Come on.
and so he is going to
I like the challenge.
18 to hit. Oh, with advantage, right?
It's-
Okay, let's try that again. 20 to hit.
it's-
That is 20 damage.
Okay.
And then he's going to take a swipe at you. Highest was a 15.
Okay.
So yeah, he went in there and took a good bite at you, and then he missed again. And that leaves only one guy left, right? This guy right here? Yeah. He is going to charge. He's the one that shot at you. He's going to just charge towards this direction and try to jump through the window. So he's going to do an athletics check to see if he can tackle you.
I hope he does. Not tackle you, but get in.
So 21.
Good.
Whoa.
He just pounces through that window, grabs a hold of you, and you start tumbling backwards. He has now got you in his arms. A loving embrace, one might say.
So was that an attack roll against me?
Yes, it is.
My spider's going to impose disadvantage.
Oh, just at the minute when he comes up. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Yeah, re-roll it. He runs, he just jumps, he's about to, and you see it, and it's like, oh man, I'm totally screwed. Just as he's about to come up, your spider comes up, and just, he tackles the spider again, and it
He's like,
pushes him against the wall.
Nope.
So now you have this werewolf-looking guy sitting right outside your window as you're still standing there going, oh, dang.
So he's actually outside.
He's outside with being
My spider
knocked down.
stopped there.
And now it is your turn, followed by Darkshade, and then Pavel,
All right.
and then Maeve,
Action.
and then Becco.
Alright, so free action, I'm going to pull out my rifle.
Okay.
Bonus action, I'm going to cast Branding Smite at level 2. Cast that. Main action is we are going to shoot his ass right in his face. Yes.
You shoot so hard his ass becomes his face.
So shoot through the face to his ass.
There you go.
4 to hit.
Yes, that hits. All right, we're changing the mood here.
Thank you.
That's just a little too serene. It's a little too.
Branding Smite.
Should've got off.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's a little more ominous.
Yeah,
a little
it's
ominous
for
feeling.
Loki.
A little more wolfy. Yeah, that's definitely more wolfy. Okay, what you got? Is you still hear a chicken?
Nice.
Everybody's dying. The chicken's like squawk.
And then since
What's going on here?
Since I hit him with that attack, I'm gonna go ahead and arcane jolt him.
Ah,
as well.
no, no means no.
Chicken fuck.
Ah, dang it.
So, 7 less than demon.
Oh, damn. I even ran out of those minis. I think that some of them broke.
So that guy in front of me is gonna take 35.
35, damn
Do I need to break
This
it
is
down?
from the gun and from.
So gun plus branding smite plus arcane jolt.
Nice. Nope, that should be good. You just unload on this guy in front of you, and again you start smelling that smell of burnt hair. He even actually cries out a little bit as you really
Is he
gave
still
him.
up?
He's still alive,
No,
but he is
he'll get
definitely.
Huh?
Or where from what?
No, it is no the art. So arcane jolt is an artificer thing.
Oh, okay.
If I Once per turn, when you hit a target with a magic weapon attack or your steel defender hits a target, you can choose to either deliver an extra 2d6 force or restore 2d6 hit points to a creature.
Dang. So I would imagine it would come from the your spider then.
No, it could come from my magic weapon too.
No, that's true. All right, yeah, you just
He's still
pummeled him. He's up, but he's not looking good. He's definitely bloodied.
Chamber around, second attack.
All right.
I don't get any of the extra shenanigans though, because those all just pop up. 20 to hit?
Yep, 20 hits. And you guys were all getting 20s for these guys.
Well, I do have a plus 11.
I mean, you just
That
crit
helps.
me right off the bat.
That's true, actually.
Crit in the face.
What's going on here? Oh, I'm bleeding.
So that shot's gonna be 21.
Oh my gosh. He's still up. But I mean, he is... Okay, so up, yes. He's actually on his knees, and you can see that there's big gashes in his arms, across his chest, burnt hair. One of his.
Man, he's still alive.
He's like
No,
force of will.
Since he's still alive, I guess my spider's gonna hit him too.
Oh my god.
It's a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
He takes 12 as max damage on that force rend.
All right. What is the spider using?
Force empowered rend. It's a melee weapon attack. It says hit 1d8 plus 4 force damage.
All right. I'm imagining spider just lifts up one of his arms / tentacle, whatever that is.
Or it's uses metallic pincers.
Oh, there we go.
or
That's
however you
even
wanna
better.
do it.
How it pinches, just looks it straight in the face. It's already on its knees, just grabs a hold of its face and starts to crush. It is now out of commission. All right, Darkshade, you are now up.
All right, I'm gonna use my bonus action, and from like now that I'm kind of like surrounded, I'm gonna use my shifter form, and you can kind of just see like the hair.
Oh,
longer.
yeah.
And now basically,
Are you going Super Saiyan?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh no, he's going full monkey.
I get advantage on wisdom checks, and nobody can take advantage against me.
Okay, so it just comes
Advantage.
yeah.
Within 30 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, and raging. Yeah, raging.
So now he reckless attacks with no penalty.
Becomes a flat. Yeah.
Yeah. And so with that, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna
Just start to tear into him.
tear into him, and then I'm gonna just like Wolverine into him, those like huge claws. That's like an attack and bonus action as well.
Okay, go for it.
First one with the claw with the soul blade, soul knife.
Gotcha.
26 to hit,
Yep.
and that's going to be 12, 13 plus 7, so 20 on the first hit.
20 on the first hit.
Uh-huh.
He's trying to knock you off, and you can see he's just getting desperate. He's still alive, but barely.
All right, then I will go ahead and do my bonus action claw attack.
Okay.
Bonus action soul knife.
Okay. Roll it.
It's the D4 instead of a D6. Natural 20.
Oh,
Yeah.
there it is.
You don't even have to roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chop
You
his head off.
just keep doing it. He's trying his best, trying to stop you, growling in your face. But the only thing he gets on you is some spittle as you just tear apart his whole head.
So I already bonus action because of the shifting form, so I'm gonna use that as my claw attacks.
Yep. There you go.
And now in my turn.
So he is out.
Just kind of like just drenched in
Remove
blood,
him.
and kind of look up at the next guy. It's kind of like.
Ah, you're next, buddy. There you go. All right, so the next one I believe is the ones in front of. No, I'm sorry. Nope, never mind. Scratch that. Pavel's up next. Pavel, Maeve, Vecchio.
Good. Okay, one thing to clarify real quick.
'Kay.
On my Radiant Warhammer, it says I get max damage on the Radiant if it's a shape changer.
That's a shape changer. That's gonna come really in handy in this whole entire place.
18 to hit.
18 hits.
Alright. It's right on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for flavor. Little little flavor on there.
Level 1.
Little salt, a little smite.
I don't have a. Oh, wait, so that's max damage.
Where the mutton is nice and lean and the
31 on that first attack.
31. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
shit.
Nope, he's still holding on. Yeah. Again, yeah, you come down on this guy and it just cracks his he has like a little bit of a like a armor plate here. Just
Yeah, I went
cracks
straight
his
in
armor
at
plate.
it.
Yeah.
Now I knocked him out a little bit.
Yeah.
I can get the full swing.
Yeah,
Got the
Gotta
full
spin
hit,
it.
26 to hit.
oh yeah, that hits. Barely hits him.
Oh, max damage. 19 damage.
19 damage. Come straight down. It's your famous move. Splat them in the ground. Splat again.
The
And you hear
Smash-O-Matic.
And you hear the crack as the
Alright,
ribcage
roll,
just
roll.
cracks in half.
Front
Um, Oh yeah, very much Gallagher. Yeah.
So he's dead.
Oh yeah, he's gone.
I'm gonna kick his carcass out of the way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay,
I
May.
shot a little war scream, you know. Ah! Let's see, what do I got? I haven't bonus section yet. Oh yeah, I'm gonna cast Compel Duel on him.
Oh, nice. On the one that's looking over at
The
him.
one.
The one that's left.
So 1.
Look at him like you.
Nice. All right, Maeve. And then Vecco, you're up next.
Oh, but he does get a save
He's
on
looking around the house.
Oh, does he?
It's like 17.
You got this.
They're just dropping like flies.
Oh, he makes it 17.
Oh yeah.
You go, you, and he goes.
Nope. I
I'm
choose
gonna
death.
I'm gonna pass.
Technically, this one hasn't even been hit yet.
Kill him before Vecco gets to go.
One round drop.
No chickens.
Chicken.
If he summons demon chickens and there's only one dude left, that's
Oh,
just
so-
jack move.
He's going for it. He's going for demon chickens.
Okay.
I'm not gonna kill all the chickens.
No, I can go.
Then why even summon them and waste a spell slot? Just come around the corner, Eldritch Blast his ass.
I'm gonna try to do Witch Bolt. 5d12.
Why?
I haven't used it
Are
yet.
we trying to just overkill?
I wanted to explode.
20 for the first attack,
Yep, that hits.
and natural 20 for the second.
Oh my gosh.
That was fun because it bounced out of it.
Remember a couple of weeks ago when you were critting the crap out of us?
I don't remember that. I don't. That's.
I remember that.
It's all.
3 crits in this.
Yeah, you crit Corey like 3 times.
Oh, that's right.
Last time on Nights
That was beautiful.
I'm gonna do non-spell first, because that's only 2d6.
Okay, sounds good.
So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay, 12 damage.
24? Oh.
So that's for the first attack. The second attack we're going to do right now. So we're going to do that. So that's 9 plus 3, so that's 11. It's 10, 12 times 2. 24.
Man, all right. Still up.
That's it.
You shouldn't have let him get so close. I was gonna test my thumper.
Oh, man.
When they were all kind of grouped together out there.
Yeah, yeah.
It might not. Who knows? Gotta
That's
test
the
it the
fun of the game. All right, Vecchio, you're up.
That's the life of an earth
You
mister.
could spend more than 1 day developing.
If things aren't blowing up, I'm not doing my job.
Like, hey guys, it's the grenade launcher
Well, you
in
could've-
one day.
you
I'm
could've
like,
shot
nah,
it.
I'm good, bro.
I shot with a regular rifle.
Oh.
I didn't actually test my thumper. Because I wasn't about to shoot the dude that was like within 20 feet of me. Hey, you should just look flagging in there. Ain't doing
Line of
nothing.
sight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'll do.
I was gonna say, did you get up after slaughtering him, or are you still prone?
No, I stood up.
Oh, okay.
Covered in gore and victory.
That's how you know it's good.
It, like stood up, like sniffing it just a little bit.
So
let it
all 4 hit.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Nope. Not the last one.
That was damage.
Oh, all right. No, it's just a hit. Plus. No, that's not me. Never mind.
18 hits, right?
That was my last one.
2 plus 15 was a 37.
Yeah, I'm seeing 18, 27, 22, 23 to hits. Yeah, I think he hit them all.
Yeah, there you go. All right. What's total damage?
Ass on.
A deadly amount.
It's 2, 37, 43.
43 damage. Oh my
Ass ton.
gosh. There's a point at which he's looking over at you guys, and he's like, just starts to turn and starts to run. As he's hauling butt this way, you just let loose with your, was it the
Which one?
witch bolts, right?
Elder's Blast.
Elder's Blast. Elder's Blast
Antrim.
from the distance. Hail Mary. And yeah, you just blow up his entire back basically, and he just falls to the ground dead.
Blew out his bag.
Blew out his back. You are now out of combat. However, you do not feel very
Are any of
comfortable.
them near death, not dead?
Oh
Oh,
no!
they're all fine.
The guy without his head is the closest to being alive,
So,
and
like, now that I'm
he's not
back,
talking.
I can cast Survive Fire.
like take a
Yeah.
big whiff and see if I catch any kind of
Perception check with advantage.
You can interrogate.
25.
You know where the captain of the guard went. He went about 30 feet further into the woods. It's the only scent that you smell. All the other smells are these guys, and they are all dead.
These guys were, or not essentially these guys, but the guards were with the captain, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right.
You gonna go chase him down?
I'm like, what do you smell, boy? Timmy fall down the
Kill him.
well again?
Kill him? Behead him?
So my question is, do these ones look fairly identical to the ones that were in town?
Yeah.
The
they all look
deep
same.
dark skin.
Yep. All of them. They're all exactly the same.
Maybe these are the ones that walked out here with us. Like, are they wearing the same
Oh
clothing?
no, they're not wearing the same clothes.
No. Are they
No.
wearing any clothing?
They are.
Naked.
It's a lot less. So the guards that came out with you guys, they were humanoid. They didn't transform yet. But they have like room to transform if you need to, right? But they'll have. It's very common for like the like knights and things to have tablets and things like that. So they're very organized. These guys that attacked you guys are more like rogues. They are more dark clothes and that kind of things. Not a lot of armor to protect them. They just felt they were going to come in and just take you guys out and run away.
Maybe they're a rogue faction.
Okay.
Kind of just like
Who knows?
There you go.
the captain of the guards in the woods.
Let's go.
Go ahead. He's by himself. He's by himself. He's probably dead.
Okay. Do a survival check to see if you sprint in the right direction.
I'll lead him.
All right, never mind. You're good. So
Come on.
no roll needed.
I'll join that posse.
All right, the three of you guys. Anybody else gonna go? Going?
I'm going to collect absolute
Investigation.
stuff.
Do an investigation for you. You guys, you're going to?
I stay. Switch. Yes.
All right. As you guys take off, you follow it really nicely and easily. It is super easy to find out where
Not
he went.
far.
It seems a little strange because it seems like he went around this whole area and made it came back this other direction. Like, was he drunk or what was the deal? Why did he? Yeah, why was he doing this kind of a number all the way? And then you find his helmet and you find his sword, and they're just stuck in the ground. Sword's in the ground, his helmet sitting right there on top of it. Its scent is cold.
That's a warrior.
You can't smell the human version of him. You can't smell the
It's kind of right up.
Does he
wolf
still have
version of
those
him.
mushrooms on him?
No, he has nothing.
I'm gonna take both the helmet and sword and put it in my bag of holding.
Okay.
And then say we have to get out of here. We don't know what the beast is here.
So Conrad is not going to be up until tonight.
Yeah,
It's still a little bit day.
And they didn't give us
No, it's
something,
still daytime.
Oh,
He was expecting the captain of the guard to give you guys something,
which he never did.
and he never did.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna cast detect magic on the helmet and sword before you can sequester it.
I'll kind of like look over and like any business you have here, you better deal with it.
there's
Andre's going to come.
No, wait, with your father's house.
Oh, most definitely.
So like, I guess we'll run
It's actually a +2 sword.
Oh,
The
Short
helmet,
sword or long sword?
long sword. The helmet doesn't seem like it has any kind of magical properties.
Was there like
Seem
any
like-
aura of magic in the area that he disappeared? Like,
Yes.
Oh,
'cause that's more what I was searching for.
It's really strange. It's the all right. So every natural thing has some kind of magic to go along with it, right? So even just natural things have a slight bit of magic running through its veins. So to find a place that has zero magic is a telling of someone used something here to get rid of the evidence of anything. But that in itself is evidence that they got rid of it. And that's what you find. The complete absence of all things. Someone covered something up. This was magical in nature.
Communicate my findings. This he was seems like he was either taken or something, but I didn't get the sense he was a magic user. So I think this was outside of his control. I think we should return to Elderhold post haste.
I agree. This
My investigation is a 26.
They have nothing on them. Even their weapons are like just shoddy
No,
weapons.
no. What are their weapons?
Bow. There's a gun, but it's even less developed than the one that you guys have.
And?
What's that?
And? Still gonna take it.
Oh yeah, you can take it.
Because I can break it down for parts.
Yes, it can be used for parts. But again, the stuff that they had is very. It's kind of shoddy, actually. Like the stuff that they have naturally around the place. I mean, even the kids probably have better weapons than these guys.
Basically, I'm going to collect anything that has any type of moving part.
Okay.
Because I can just break it.
Then you find 2 guns that you can do that with.
Okay.
yeah, go ahead and just kind of like be smelling around and then kind of like climb a tree and just kind of be like, you're right, lost the scent.
Mhm.
Let's get out of here as quick as possible.
There's a different smell with these guys. There's a scent that's very common for everybody who's in this village, but these guys have almost a musky kind of a smell with them, almost like cave or
Damp, mildewy.
Yes.
Kind of smell to 'em.
yes, just slightly. I mean, it's not overwhelming, but it's
No,
just
but I can pick it up just a little,
Mhm.
little mildewy.
if you find a location that they came from, you would know it because you'd be able to spell and make the connection, but you'd have to find it.
I'm gonna go back to the house and start going through it before dark hits.
Okay. It is now a race against time. Yeah, without your pouches, it's getting dark, and I'm not sure you're gonna make it to the. You're gonna make it to the main town, or you're gonna stay there in the house.
Stay there in the house with the torches inside.
All right.
It
So
was ringed with the mushroom torches, right?
yeah,
This
Yep.
house?
yep, and they're all present. You can just light them up whenever you're ready.
Well, or we try to.
Right now, easy fight. That's well. It's not a big bet.
Kill Conrad?
I want to. Have we been able to keep orientated, like, to where we are?
Mhm.
Like, so we
Know how to get back,
we
yeah.
know how
Yeah,
to get
yeah.
back to the coast or to Elderhold?
Yeah, I mean, you know the long way, but yeah, you can get there.
Okay. How long?
It's like a couple of days, like
Yeah.
We had to cross.
We're in
the river.
Well, we took a boat here. So
Well,
I'm
for
sure that
this,
that's a
we
lot of
probably
time.
just have to go around the mountain at this point. So you
Yeah.
just have to kind of go around the
We just
mountain.
have to go up to there to the road and then.
hmm
Or you could go.
Because, like, when we were in Leaside, we could have gone up the road and then down
Yeah.
to Tornhaven, but we decided it was faster to just cross the lake,
Yeah.
which it was.
So if you're going pretty fast, yeah, you can make it in a couple of days. But this is really, really rough terrain. So
Obviously, we're not wanted here and are already under attack. How long before they'll attack? They attack Elderhold. Already stolen from us.
I understand your concern, but my sense, they're slightly different than the people from who we've encountered so far. Similar, same but different.
Well, maybe
Same, but not.
there's somewhere to track them down. Then, would you be able to find out where they came from?
If I was able to get in location of where they reside, then yes, I'd be able to make the connection.
Yeah, they didn't. They had nothing of distinguishing value on them. No, their weapons were like poorly made. Their armor was shoddy. It looks like whatever they do have was pieced together. I'm thinking that they are outcasts.
I tend to agree with that.
Obviously, not all
Cause
citizens of Sorenhaven are equal here.
well, like look at South Village. Everybody in that village was pretty well equipped. And then you look at the people here in the North Village, and they were pretty well equipped. These people were not even remotely close to being well equipped.
I mean, people from the other two villages hadn't attacked us yet. Perhaps we should look into this for them, but we don't want to run into King Conray. So we pursue this in the morning.
I agree.
Light up these torches. I think that's what the South Villagers did. I think that's our best bet, since unfortunately the captain was not able to give us any protection.
Mhm.
If everyone's alright with that, I'll go outside and just start lighting the torches up.
one of the spaces does not have mushrooms in it. Most of them do. One of them does not, or doesn't have any of the kindling that had the mushroom like sauce in it.
Yeah, before we light that, can I turn to you and say, hey, do you know what's on these things?
I took some scrapings off of one of them, but I haven't gotten a chance to test it yet. We were attacked. I haven't really gotten a chance to do much of anything with it. But whatever this stuff is, it seems to repel these things.
My father dabbled a little in alchemy. He's one of his sets to
I wonder if he has any,
hunt this stuff.
I mean, if he has any books or anything where he wrote down this stuff. I mean, it looks like from the looks.
Nice touch.
I mean, from the looks of his house here, it looks like it was ransacked. I mean,
He did.
ransacked, but not ransacked. They did a pretty good job of trying to clean up.
Maybe it was him that did it, trying to look for something. Who knows? Feel
Or
free-
maybe he developed this
feel free to
toxin toward them.
Feel free to look through books. Find anything of value to me, please let me know.
Off in the distance, you hear a very large and very guttural howl. There is no mistaking it. It is definitely him.
We still have the gap in the torches.
Hmm
I'm like, guys, there's the gap.
We
I
may-
have a torch. Could I try and light just a regular torch? And,
You could see if that works.
you know,
Connery will be the first to tell you if it didn't work.
yeah.
Is there?
Like you said, your friend here, Claudia, is it? You're a mushroom expert. I think we're missing some mushrooms here. Can you help us out?
Can I roll?
You don't even have to roll. You can do it. You're just
Oh.
natural.
I can just do it. I'm a natural.
Mhm.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, let me take a look. Okay,
and
so
sure
we're
enough,
walking-
she just keep it going. Ah, that's what it is.
Hold on.
There it is.
There it is.
Circle
Yeah,
circle of
so
druids. So yeah, you
I'll
can.
just,
Right out.
Generate.
Holy shiitake mushrooms!
So she produces a whole bunch of mushrooms.
Like more than enough, or
Yeah, more than enough, and you know it's right because he starts to gag.
oh, hey, back off. We'll take care of this. I'll like shove him in there, light it up. Be like, thank you. We should. El Shadar, who wants to? I got mushrooms here, guys.
I'll keep some in my pockets.
Maybe a little bit for you. Not for you.
That's not a bad idea. If they're repulsed by the mushrooms,
Yeah,
I mean,
mine-
sure.
How do you feel about these mushrooms?
Fine. Quite delicious.
All right, yeah, you
White
hold on to that.
delicious.
We all got a handful.
Divine.
Divine, one might say. Yes. As you're waiting, you actually hear the large, enormous footsteps of Conray as he's running through the woods, and it sounds like he's coming straight towards the building.
Good.
And there's a point where off in front of the building, you see him come through the woods, and as he does, you see he's actually not looking at the house. He's actually looking at the street in front of the house, and you hear one more noise, a very familiar noise.
Merchant.
You hear the sounds of the bells on the merchant's yak. And he just walks all the way up, and Conray comes out of the woods, and he comes straight towards him, and he gets down close to him. So this enormous head next to a little bit larger dwarf, which is the merchant. And the merchant just reaches up and touches the snout of Conray.
Hand doesn't go through.
Nope, he just kind of pets the fur. Conrad kind of closes his eyes just for a moment, enjoying the fact that he's being touched by his god.
Right, it's the actual merchant though.
Mm-hmm. And he kind of looks up at you, sees you guys are watching. Slaves. And then Conrad takes off into the woods. And he just takes his yak into the woods.
Alright, like, I get the hell out of here.
I'll hold my hand for you.
And that is where we'll call tonight.
Oh,
Right.
Gotta kill me, damn it!
I think.
Oh yeah.
I think this creature needs to be destroyed.
Oh,
Yeah,
poor
that's
I
Conrad.
truly think that.
He was so nice to you guys, too, man. I'm just
I
saying.
think the merchant is the devil.